That's what I used to do. That's what I used to do when I didn't have enough to shave the man parts. Cut myself all the damn time. It stunk. I hated it. I didn't like doing it. It's all gone away since doing SEN, thank God. Because thank you to Manscaped. Those silly yells, they're gone. I'm excited about it when I go in there now. It's like a little it's time away from everything, and it's a nice, relaxing experience. I like it. Take notes, dudes. Dudes, take notes. You can make accidents a thing of the past. No more cuts. No more nicks. With the Manscaped Lawnmower 3.0. It's the third generation trimmer featuring advanced skin-safe technology. You got to keep your boys, your nuts and bolts, you got to keep them nice and smooth. The Manscaped engineering team, they spent 18 months perfecting the greatest ball hair trimmer ever created and just released the new improved Lawnmower 3.0. I told you guys it's premium. It's premium. The battery itself, 90 minutes it lasts. 90 minutes. Take a very long shave. Spend 90 minutes shaving. It's a lot of fun. One of the coolest features is the LED light, which illuminates grooming areas for closer and more precise trimming. Don't forget about the charging stand. You got to show the mower off loud and proud because this intelligently designed stand is a rapid charging dock and it's powered by USB. A lot of people have told us about it, very excited about it. We get schmobots in about it all the time, about how it's changed their experience, and I'm so excited that it has. I love it. Love that you guys feel that smooth sailing now when it comes to shaving your nuts. You got to try it out for yourself. You get 20% off and free shipping with the code SEN20 at manscaped.com. I promise you, your balls are going to start talking and go, thanks, Pops. 20% off and free shipping with the code SEN20 at manscaped.com. 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use the code SEN20. Your partner, your dick, and your balls. Well, thank you.
Ring. Jag har en turf and en tums penis.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SEN Live. It's the Schmodown Entertainment Network. I'm Christian Harloff, and we're here today on this Wednesday, May 6th. Pushing forward one more day, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? Nice to see you. It's good to have everybody here on this Wednesday. Tell Roku to stop streaming. All right. I'm excited. We have a lot of news today. A lot of good news. A lot of continuation stuff. Things from yesterday. We're talking about the comedies that we finished off, ones that we didn't finish. And then there's a lot of news that broke. A lot of news not only in the movie world, but some big news that I announced for Schmodown. I announced some of it on Backstage, the other bit on the Facebook group, but I'll get into it here and tell you kind of how it's all going to work. But joining me, couldn't do it without him, ladies and gentlemen. There he is.
What's up, dudes?
Brad Sheridan. The one and the only.
Killing it.
Smashing it. How'd you like that read this morning?
Oh, man.
Good, right?
That was just, the music added to it. Yeah.
I like the music. I'm going to start doing that. Well, it's David B. Any David B makes life better.
Yeah.
David B.
And then you kind of add some, hey, cats.
Hey, cookies. Hey, cookies. How's it going out there,
balls, thank you.
Tell you, ball. What's going on? It's nice to give you.
I'm glad you said it was Wednesday.
You didn't know what it was?
Well, I tried to make sure I didn't park on the wrong side of the street today, and
what? Because the what do you mean?
Street cleaning.
But they don't even give tickets anymore.
Oh, they don't?
No, they've been giving tickets during this whole thing. I haven't moved my car in like a month. Yeah. So
yeah, you're like Wednesday. I'm like, dude, it's Thursday, and then I look at I'm like,
no, it's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
Yeah, it's Wednesday. So again, I was gonna do one of these other discussion things today, but I realized with all the comedy stuff that we still have left, and all the news that's breaking. We'll save it for today. I will say that I have thank you for everybody who watched the Clone Wars Season 7 spoiler-heavy review that I put out. My Waco review will be out today. What I said on that review and what I'll tell you guys here is on every review that I'm going to do, I'm going to pin to the top of it asking you guys what you want me to review next. And we'll go through those comments, and I'll pick something, and I'm gonna try to review something every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday while this quarantine thing is going down. So I figure bring back some of the old reviews, do some more stuff, and maybe if keep it consistent. And once it's over, and screenings start happening again, maybe I can start that back up. Be something fun to try to do if that's something you guys are interested in. Yeah. I took screenshots yesterday, Brett, because there was a lot of
screenshots.
Screenshotties, because the screenshotties, to me, were a little easier to do than going back through all the Streamlabs and trying to figure it out. So I got but there are a lot of super chats. I'm going to start with the super chats because I saw people at the end that not one super chat was read yesterday, and it is that is correct, and I want to remedy that. So I'm going to start with the super chats today. This is all of yesterday's super chats. We're going to start with comedies. If you missed off yesterday's show, we went over some of the big comedies or some of your favorite comedies in movie history. We're going to read some of these out. We're going to start it out, and be involved. And look, the Schmobot is on right now. If while we're talking about this, still the comedy stuff, you still want to get involved and you want to chime in with your comedies and things that maybe we missed. Go ahead. Let's continue it on until we're done. So I'm going to start with all the super chats because some guy online.
Lawrence Lee donated $20.
Right away.
The Mandalorian documentary is amazing.
Yeah, it's good.
I found it inspiring. Hey, hotel nerd, fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. I sense much fear in you.
It's like the North and the South. These two. It's going at it.
Hotel nerd donated
there you go.
$20. Hey guys, no jokes today from me.
Oh.
I felt great going to bed, woke up an hour later feeling like a truck hit me and can't get warm.
Oh.
They are testing me for COVID.
Shit.
If this is what I have to all you protesters, this is very real, so do us all a favor and jump off a cliff.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, I was with you for most of that. I don't know if anybody should jump off a cliff, but I will say that people should take this very serious, and I hope you're okay. Let us know, obviously, Hotel Nerd, how you doing. But sorry to say, you do get really bad chills.
Oh yeah,
from what they say.
Breathing and
all that. Ian loves movies. Jack Black and Chris Farley. Also got to say, Brad. Okay. Jesus Ortiz. Finally, I wanted to back Roxy was saying that Role Models is one of the best comedies ever, and I'm very underrated. Love you guys. I will also tell
Lawrence Lee donated $20.
I'm back already, these two.
My apologies, Hotel Nerd. Hope you recover quickly.
Oh, that's very nice. See?
See?
In a time, even bitter rivals can
come together.
Role Models is really good, man. Role Models. Have you ever seen Role Models?
God,
no.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know anymore.
Don't get upset.
I've heard of it.
Okay, but no one's expecting you to have seen anything.
It's almost like I have to see the picture of the poster.
It's Paul Rudd and Sean William Scott.
God,
and I think and Dr. Ken.
Are they like Big Brother?
Yeah,
they're
LARPing.
They're LARPing.
Yeah, at one point. Yeah, it's and McLovin's. It's a funny movie, man.
I may have seen it.
It's a funny movie. I think you'd remember it. It was definitely underrated. I think it was definitely underrated.
Mr. Saturn donated $20.
How are you?
Hey guys.
Hey.
Here, have some money.
Oh. Okay. Thank you so
How
much.
dare you?
Don't you do that.
That's
nice. Well, anybody that wants to put in some chiming in and letting us talk about something as well, too.
Take this money.
Get out of my face. So Pappy M. Holy Grail is my favorite all-time movie. Airplane and Billy Madison are top-tier comedies. Agree with all those statements. Will Davis just put in $5. Thank you, Will. Samiri Tesfaye. My favorite comedy films are Blazing Saddles, Where the White Woman At, The 40-Year-Old Virgin, Kelly Clarkson, Coming to America, This Is Beautiful. What is that? This is beautiful. What is that, Velvet? Great stuff. He beat Joe Lewis's ass. Dragon R3 Born, Super Troopers, Broken Lizard have some funny stuff. I was never really a big Broken Lizard guy. I remember when I had seen when I was here. I was at Adam's old place, right? My old roommate, but before he was my roommate. And they're like, dude, we're watching Super Troopers today.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna get stoned and watch. It's gonna be a blast. And I remember looking at it, going, everyone's cracking up in the room, and I go, it's not getting me.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. It
Yeah.
wasn't. But I think it was hyped again. Like, it was just like,
Yeah,
people were like, this is so funny.
It didn't get me. It got a lot of people, but it just didn't get me. Ian loves movies. School of Rock. Jack Black is a huge hero of mine. Yeah, he's a pretty inspiring dude when you really listen to him and the things he does. He's very talented. Also, and he had a really good run there for a bit, starring and stuff. And now he's great in the Jumanji movies.
Yeah.
Although I've seen the first one, I need to see the second one. But from what I hear, he's pretty good in the second one too. Doc McClintock, review The Thing. It's on there. It's on there. The Prince That Wasn't Promised, Grandma's Boy, History of the World Part 1, any Mel Brooks movie really, Groundhog Day, Zombieland, Caddyshack, Back to School, Office Space. And Zombieland's one that we didn't talk about. Did you see the second one?
I did.
You did saw the second one?
Yeah.
How was it?
I thought it was pretty good. I think it was I wasn't blown away. It wasn't any. I think they both kind of about the same.
Did you see how excited both of us got that you saw something that I didn't? You're like, I did see that one. I'm pretty sure you like checked your memory to see if you differently saw it.
Well, because we really liked the first one, and I think we bought it. I'll probably hit you up first for a code or something.
Well, for the second one, you mean the first one?
Second one. I probably went like, it's those nights where I go, hey, we want to watch this thing.
Did I give you the code for it?
No, I don't think you had it. It was one of those.
It's somewhere. I don't know where it is. I need to watch it for sure.
Yeah, it's funny. It's yeah. I remember. Really,
I like the first one a lot, so I definitely need to see it. Nick Bascom says, I think Where the Millers is underrated. Will Poulter's character was hilarious. Yeah, we talked about that for a bit yesterday. Where the Millers is absolutely underrated.
Yeah.
There's a few comedies that came out that I think were under the radar. Another one that was really good was what's it called? The Choice? Shit, not The Choice. The Switch. Which is another Jason Bateman one. It was Jason Bateman and Jennifer
Lawrence
Aniston.
Lease donated $20.
Hello, Lawrence.
Me and Hotel Nerd want to call bullshit on you.
Uh-oh.
We don't believe you will review The Thing.
It's fair. I mean, look, I want to put it on the list, and if I do it, then you guys are gonna feel stupid.
The Switch, is that the one where it was the billboard where he's holding like a thing of sperm or something?
Yeah, he
that made me not want to watch.
What he did is their friend. She went to a donor and he was hammered and he switches up and it turns out to be his sperm and it's his kid.
Yeah.
And so she never realizes it throughout the whole thing.
The whole concept to me just seemed.
I know, but it's actually it was an underrated movie. It was funny too, and it's that where we pull that line from Jeff Goldblum. That's ill-advised. It's ill-advised. He's that one. I remember Ellis and I were watching that in the theater, and he said that, and we both audibly just cracked up. Jason Bateman was in. That's two comedies that I think are very underrated that he's in both Bad Words, and The Switch.
Yeah, I love Bad Words. I'll check it out.
Check out The Switch.
Yeah, the something about just the whole concept.
I know.
I was like, come on.
I know, but it worked, man. I like that movie. Nick Bascom, Tommy Boy's my favorite comedy of all time. It's a good comedy. His Majesty's Kingdom, Tropic Thunder, Robert Downey Jr. killed it. He absolutely did. Everybody in that movie killed it. That's the one movie I said yesterday. I'm not a massive Ben Stiller fan, but not only for a directing standpoint, and I also thought he was really funny in that too. So everybody, that movie's supposed to be offensive from everything that Robert Downey Jr. does, from everything that Simple Jack, and like everything in that movie's supposed to be offensive. They're offensive people. The whole movie's supposed to be offensive.
They are, yeah.
Seth Ott. This is a good one. Popstar Never Stop Stopping is one of the most underrated comedies out there. I cried laughing. The soundtrack is fantastic. I could not agree with you more. Now, yes, it's another Andy Samberg
Duncan
one.
donated $20.
Oh.
Didn't see Charlie Chaplin's name mentioned yesterday.
We mentioned him.
Wouldn't have a lot of the comedy classics if it wasn't for his films.
Well, that's true.
Probably my favorite of his is Modern Times. John Roque's lucky he got to see a lot of Chaplin films in the theaters.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. The Chaplin is...
Schmodown_Israel donated $20.
Hi.
Christian, your thoughts on yesterday's backstage appearance by Snyder? He made some outrageous comments.
Well, that's what he does. He's Brad Gilmore and Frank Janisch referred to him as the Dennis Rodman of the Schmodown, and I couldn't agree more. The dopey idiot kept cursing every 5 minutes. That's the one thing. I know he was talking. I have to listen to the full interview. I know that he definitely went all in. He doubled down on the inner geekdom things. That's the one thing that he did. And then I heard he took some shots even at his own partner. I heard he did a lot of stuff. So he's losing his mind. I have to go back and watch the interview. It's on YouTube right now.
Was he streaming from his bathroom? Is that
who knows?
It looked like it was a tiled kind of.
It was Roka called it a rubber room. It looked like a padded wall. And even Snyder said, "Yeah, that's where they should keep me right now." Yeah, that's what do you expect when you get Snyder on the show? The guy's he's out to lunch, and that's what I love him for. I want to see. I'm going to listen to the rest of it. I love that show, and I love when there was a lot of great guests. Jared Haben was on yesterday. Sam Levine was on. Winston Marshall was on. It was a really good show. So, yeah, and everybody's talking about Snyder. And then Frank Janisch is going to go through he's going to pick some of the best moments of Snyder's. You can bet your ass that Janisch and Gilmore are going to be talking about that interview. So that's up right now. You can get it on either Apple Podcasts or it's on this channel.
Douglas Johnson donated $20.
How are you?
I haven't seen Illa's favorite sports movie mentioned yet. White Men Can't Jump.
It's a good movie.
Also a great comedy.
Yeah, it's a good comedy. Absolutely. It's it's a little bit it's one of those movies that blends comedy with drama for sure. I saw that movie in Florida. Jeez. White Men Can't Jump it's a good movie, man. And
Hotel Nerd donated
really
$20. I'm a firm believer that you said 5,000 Twitch subs, then you will move the goalpost to 10,000 and so on and so forth.
No, I wouldn't.
No offense.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Also, Lawrence, thanks for the well wishes, man.
Yeah.
By the way, I have that top grossing films per year from 70 present if you want it.
Hold on to it for a bit. First of all, concentrate on you.
Yeah.
And we'll meet in the middle. Yeah, as far as when it gets to 5,000, I'm definitely going to review the thing. There's no doubt about it. Now, whether or not I watch it first and then do a watch along, that's another story. But
that is the one that I keep. I don't know why I'm constantly thinking about you doing this, but like, what is the better way to do it for them to see you immediate reaction?
I think I'm going to watch it first and then do a watch along as well.
Because I think it would take away if you're thinking people are watching.
Because if I'm going to review it, I'm probably going to have to review it.
Yeah.
So that's I don't want to review it with comments coming in and people watching my reaction. Watching.
So you won't actually get to see the film.
Yeah. So that's what I probably would do first. But the other I mean I guess I'll talk about now. We're talking about Twitch. I'm going to shut off the Schmo for a second so I can talk to you guys about this. So there's a couple things going on with the Schmodown. I'll let you guys know about right away. The Inner Geekdom tournament will happen. We were going to do it, and it's going to count. It is going to be a 15 match tournament. 16 competitors will be in the Inner Geekdom. We're talking to we're going to try to figure out exactly which competitors are going to be in it, which factions are going to have people in it, and all that. There might be qualifying matches to get into the actual tournament. Also, we're talking about that, but that's going to begin. It's going to start airing in June on Thursdays and Fridays. Patrons will get those matches early once on Monday, Tuesday, where it usually works. But the other thing that we announced was that they were going to do an 8-person Star Wars tournament. That is going to live exclusively on Twitch, and it's going to be live on Twitch starting Wednesday, May 20th. Now, I saw a lot of confusion from people. It's like, well, wait a minute, I don't subscribe, I don't pay for Twitch. You don't have to. It's free. We're moving the whole point. People are like, well, why don't you put it on YouTube? Because that's the whole point is that we're putting content on Twitch. And we're also a division like Star Wars, that usually gets overshadowed by the other divisions. It allows it. We can have matches for it now. It's either that or don't have Star Wars matches. Yeah. So we're going to put Star Wars matches on Twitch. And I saw somebody just like, well, I'm going to cancel my Patreon then. Why? You get it for free.
Yeah.
Or don't watch the Star Wars matches. You're still getting all the other matches. The patrons are getting all the Inner Geekdom matches. They're getting all of the other matches. They're getting the exhibition matches. They're going to get exclusive content and interviews. Plus, you get the Star Wars for free. All you got to do is just go to Twitch and go to the Schmodown.
Twitch, the only thing is you like with YouTube, you can watch anything you want, but with Twitch, you have to sign up for an account to watch.
I think so. I don't even think you have to do that. I think, but I mean, it would be helpful but you don't have to pay anything.
Oh yeah, it's not.
You don't have to pay anything. You just go to the Schmodown, and I also think that you go to and Amazon also has a deal that if you have Amazon Prime, you get like one free. You get one sign up or what I can't remember what it is. It's like there's something with Amazon that works. Ben Goddard can be a little bit more clear on that. So you don't need an account for Twitch. That's what everyone's saying. You don't have to have an account.
Okay.
So I mean, it's literally just going in and typing in. What's the difference between going to your Patreon, opening up the link that we send you, as opposed to going to Twitch? It's like all the matches will be there. So look, if that's the case and people don't want to do that, whatever. But we want to put more content out there. We want to give people more options. And then Jen Sturger and Brad Gilmore are going to do a preview special on the Star Wars tournament that will air on the 18th of May on that Monday on Twitch, and that'll be live also. There's going to be some other content we're putting on Twitch, so we are going to be doing a lot of material, new content over on Twitch. Because the way I look at it, and this was the way that I wanted to approach it. The WWE has, they air Raw on one network, and then they air SmackDown on another network. You just tune into the other network.
Just tune in.
That's all you got to do. So, and then
Tune
they have,
in, tune out.
yes, and they have their network, which is essentially, so it's our Patreon. We have YouTube, we have Twitch, and we have Patreon. So look at it that way, and that's how it's going to be.
So you don't have to, but yes, you would like subscribers as well, just like you would.
Love to, because you're going to be able to get all that other content. You'll be notified when it comes in, and because we're making a heavy play on Twitch now, because I think that it's going to be we want to expand the league, and there's only so many. Frank Janish made a great point the other day, and it's just like, because someone had suggested putting like 5 matches a week on YouTube, and with all the stuff we have with this show and everything else that we have, and I appreciated the gesture of wanting to see that many matches, but Frank's like, it's hard for me to catch up with all that stuff.
Yeah.
But if you have 2 different networks, basically, in Twitch and YouTube, you tune in. Which one do you watch? Like, not everybody watches SmackDown. Not everybody watches Raw. Some people watch both. So you guys have to, you look into it. You watch the tournament. If you like the tournament, you tune into the tournament. You check it out. You watch all the other stuff that we're doing on Twitch. But I would suggest going on over there today. If you have an account, or even if you don't, you want to join, let us be the first one. The Schmodown. I'm going to look right now and tell you, it's not Schmodown. It's the Schmodown. Make sure that that is very clear. Because there's I think someone had put Schmodown on there, so I don't want you guys to there's just a Schmodown one, but that's not us. It's the Schmodown. So I'm gonna look right now and tell you how many we have at the moment. We have about 1.5 followers at the moment. And I should also say that we already have content up there at the moment on Wednesdays. Emma Fife and Ben Goddard. Emma Fife hosts it, and Ben Goddard helps her out. It's this murder trivia party that they do. It's a really fun show, and they have characters on the show. They had Finstock on last week, and the Barbarian was on. Drew was on. That was 2 weeks ago. Kaiser and Paul Preston were on last week. I think that I'm not sure. They're going to have some really good people today. Today is their next one. It's 12:30. So go on over there, because there's some. Like I said, the Schmodown Twitch is going to be a whole new platform for us. And if you're a fan, you want to go check it out and see the new stuff that we're doing over there. Nothing's changing on YouTube.
Yeah,
you're still going to have your matches and the things that, there's just additional material over on Twitch. So go and check it out.
I want to do the murder mystery. Would I have to do it from here though, right? Because to get home and to. Or
we could also do one of those days where you leave a little earlier here and you head on over there. Just check in with them or Ben. Yeah. That'll be fun. Yeah, it's true. So Gabby Max says, I watched yesterday's show. Thank you for mentioning Richard Jenney. I feel like he's being forgotten. I know. Brett's would love him, and it took him a second to remember him, but he definitely should be remembered, man. He was really, really funny. Really funny. Going back and over to Super Chat, by the way. And we are going to go to Ian Loves Movies. By the way, Seth Odd, who mentioned Popstar, that you asked what it was. It is and the Schmobot's back on, by the way. Sorry. So Seth Ott brings up Popstar. It's like a spoof on Justin Timberlake and all these not just Justin Timberlake, but all the pop stars, and Andy Samberg does all these songs, and dude, some of the stuff, it's a riot.
God,
it's a riot. It didn't do very well in the theater, but it's that one you should check out, because I remember seeing that one in the theater and laughing. I saw that with Makuga, and we were fucking dying. We're like, I can't believe this movie is not getting the love that it deserves. That's a funny movie, man. It's a very funny movie. All right, moving on over. Ian Loves Movies, also giving love to Chaplin's Modern Times. Right there, there's a Chaplin. Didn't expect to like a Chaplin movie that much, but I loved it. The singing scene gets me every time. Chaplin was a genius, dude. Charles A. How you doing, Chelsea? The other guys and 22 Jump Street are so meta and fun. Love 22 Jump Street. Love parts of the other guys. Didn't love it as much as I wanted to. The beginning, obviously, is a riot. Kate Van D. Step Brothers. Adam McKay is American comedy genius. He's a talented dude. I like that he switched his career up too. I think that what he's doing now. I think Drew McWeeny said this. He is Oliver Stone with comedy. The way that he shoots his movies, it's like you look at like sense. Vice. I mean, it's a very good reference. I loved when Drew had tweeted that out. I thought that was very accurate. Damon R. 1974, Animal House, Caddyshack, Duck Soup, great one. Young Frankenstein, I like what you're doing here. Blazing Saddles, Old School, and Anchorman, just to name a few. Will Davis put in $2 just to do it. Thank you. Damon R1 1974. I forgot. Popstar Never Stop Stopping. Yeah, see, those started to come up again. Epsilon Audio. Some underrated comedy gems for me are Fanboys, Grandma's Boy, This Is the End, The Other Guys, and Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. Nobody talks about This Is the End as much too. That was you talk about meta movie. That was did you see that one?
Yeah, that's with all the stars.
Yeah, and they think it's gonna die. And Michael Cera, like in the beginning of the party. It's a funny movie. The Prince That Wasn't Promised. Any movie with Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor. See no evil, hear no evil. Or any of the ones. They're all amazing. I agree with you there. They had amazing comedy chemistry. I wish that they would have done more together. Bodie Ramsey. I've never seen this one. Night Shift with Michael Keaton. I mean, I'm very aware of it, but I've never seen it. You ever seen it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, she's been a long time.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like, Mr. Mom is the one you like the best, right?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. That's most quotable. You know, I don't know how many times I've said, 210, 220, whatever it takes,
Yeah. He was that. I've very early memories of watching that.
Hey, you want beer? It's 9 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Yeah, I got to see that movie again, too. Trash Panda. I can't forget Clerks. Jeff Anderson as Randall. Wow, he really was. He was like the original, Bodie from Mallrats.
I got to say, Clerks, I did Mallrats, and then I did Clerks, and I think I just really love Mallrats a lot, and Clerks it would have been nice to see that first, maybe.
I saw it first. See, I remember I saw it at like the Dollar Theater.
Yeah.
When it was out in Florida with my buddy James. I remember we saw it because everybody was hyping it up and talking about it. And we were just like, holy shit, that was fucking good.
Yeah.
It was just. It was that Kevin Smith dialogue, man. The way that he and the characters that he put in there and he put in a lot of his pals, and you could tell like that was one of the things. And they pop up in some of the Mallrats and stuff too. There's some people that they're just not good actors, but you don't care. Like tell him Steve Dave, it's like all that shit. Like there's some people that are just his friends that he put in the movies. He's one of those guys. He just hooks up his pals. So let's see. Going back to sorry. Big Mo's movie reviews. Team America. It's extremely underrated. More people need to watch that movie. We talked about it pretty high depth yesterday. Curtis Lopez. My Schmobot played while you were watching the Roddy Piper video. Username is Shajono Lopez. Yeah, we reread that yesterday for sure. Dragon R3 Born. Slackers with Devin Sawa and Jason Segel. I don't know if I've ever seen that one.
Slackers. I believe I've seen that one.
Yeah, I never saw it. Gabriel Lopez. Some of my favorite comedy movies are the Revenge of the Nerd movies and the Friday movies. Stuck on You is underrated. Thanks for all you do.
Stuck on You.
Hotel Nerd donated $20.
Yep.
Does Stakeout count as a comedy because that movie is great?
Yeah.
Best sports comedies are The Replacements, basketball, and Major League.
Yeah, Major League to me is like when you take him outside, kick the shit out of him, and then he goes like this. You see him? It's a very funny movie. I love Major League.
No, I didn't see Slackers.
Yeah, Major League is my favorite sports movie of all time. It's easily in my top movies of all time. Gabriel Lopez. Some of my favorite comedy movies are Revenge of the Nerd movies and the Friday movies. Stuck on You is underrated. Oh, that's okay. We said Stuck on You. I guess I gotta watch that again though because I didn't like it the first time I saw it. That's the Matt Damon one.
Yeah,
right?
it would. I think I remember liking it.
It's him and Greg Kinnear.
Yeah, they're conjoined.
Yeah. I don't even know if I've seen enough of it. Bodie Ramsey, Trading Places, Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd. It's a classic. We haven't talked about that one.
Oh, yeah.
That's an absolute classic. At the Helm Media is Waiting, still a good raunchy comedy. Haven't seen it in years. I haven't seen it in years either, but I remember a lot of people watching that movie out of my friends, and there's some good moments in it for sure. And they did a Waiting too. I remember also. Gabriel Lopez. I also loved all the Cheech and Chong movies. Thanks again. People love those Cheech and
Oh,
Chong
yeah.
movies. Paige Chaudhry, happy Cinco de Mayo. Well, sorry.
Well,
Yeah. On Tuesday, have a great day. May all your blessings come true.
thank you.
Jokester954, rating is when you're ending your stream and you send all your viewers to a friend's stream. Oh, there you go. Just share the link to their stream in a live chat. It's fun. Oh, that is fun. Hopefully some people will do that for everybody. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to finish up Super Chat here for even the new ones today, so the Super Chat doesn't feel left out, because I felt yesterday that you did, and I apologize for that. Count Druku, not sure if you guys talked about this yesterday. Tommy Boy is one of my favorites. Spade and Farley were so good. We definitely
Ben
brought it
Reiner
up.
donated $20.
Hello, Ben.
Hey guys, hope you're doing well. I sent you my top comedies yesterday, so here is my top 5 trilogies. Hope you're doing well. 1.
Good one, too.
Back to the Future 2. Star Wars Original Trilogy 3. Captain America Trilogy 4. Indiana Jones 5. Lord of the Rings.
Those are good ones.
Yeah.
I think trilogies is something that we're gonna do. Favorite trilogies, but not just like a list of them, like moments and stuff, and because there's only so many trilogies that or franchises. Like I think favorite franchises will be something that we'll probably do next
Yeah, trilogies,
conversation.
there's not that many. That
It's just you just have to go moments. So franchises you could put in. So we can talk about franchises and we'll be specific. Probably might do that tomorrow. Unless there's like some massive news, I think we can do that. I think that'd be a lot of fun. You guys looking? Would you want to do franchises, or let me know what you think? I'll take a look in the comments in a second here. Thank you, Kantruko. Hero 25. Hey guys, I'm glad I can finally donate for the first time. Always been a huge fan. I have to say, Police Academy and The Heat with Sandra Bullock are my pick. Yeah, The Heat. Not The Heat. The Heat was actually pretty good, but we talked about Spy yesterday, because The Heat also has Melissa McCarthy. Franchises people are excited about doing. We'll do that. We'll do franchises.
McDonald's.
It's
one of my favorite.
Which one?
No.
The
Favorite
food?
franchise.
Do you still?
No,
do you,
I hate it.
No, you don't hate it. You go all the time.
No,
You still go.
I hate it because I want it and I know it's so bad.
Right.
I'd much rather have like a
what do you do?
fat
What's your poison?
burger or
What's your poison when you go to McDonald's?
quarter pounder with cheese.
Quarter pounder with cheese.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Used to do
you're
the-
gonna get it today.
back
aren't you?
in the day.
You're gonna get it on the way home.
No, I
aren't you?
can't. You know why? Because
Big Beck donated $20.
Hey.
I don't know if it is technically a comedy, but I died laughing at Deadpool.
Yeah, I mean, there's comedic moments for sure. I think it's an
Yeah, that
action
was definitely
comedy.
funny.
Yeah, for sure. What were you gonna say? Why don't you go get on the
no,
toilet?
The wife would be able to smell it on my breath.
Yeah,
you know,
and
with
then
her
she-
home, I can't sneak.
What's the repercussion though? Like, what is it, just a lashing or like what?
It's just
It
that.
just makes you feel bad.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
like, come on,
Yeah.
you're better than this.
You're better than that.
Yeah, I will call her and ask her if permission. Well, if it's something you think you need,
Right.
So I'm like, I'm just
Dying
wanna,
for it.
just something just greasy and
yeah, I get it. I'm craving the. Listen, I have been pretty disciplined. I've been eating really, really well over this last week, and I'm going to continue it. I want to annihilate In-N-Out.
Yeah.
I want to run out of this house, jump through the window, and start eating everything that I can. But I'm holding it together. Cast Graphics just put in $19.99. Nothing else to say. Thank you, sir. Really appreciate that. Really, really appreciate it. That's very nice of you. And now we're going to get to the StreamYards. StreamYards. We're going to go to StreamYard now and bring in a whole bunch of people. Streamlabs, all the ones that we missed from yesterday, and there were a bunch, and I did a screenshot. I wanted to give some love to the super chat. I didn't want you guys to feel left out. I apologize for if you felt out. I saw that Dragon R3 Born yesterday said not one was read. Well, we did today, and we will continue to do so. So. Let's see.
Screen grabbing it.
Yeah, I want to get everybody here. So this is the first one here. This is Andrew Arroyan says some of my favorites: Robin Hood Men in Tights, Stripes, and Dodgeball. So we did the ones that we covered. I'm just gonna we'll kind of move past. Did you see that this is from Fat Guy in a Little Suit? Talked about Nicolas Cage being in Joe Exotic. It's one of the 2 series in the works. The other one is Kate McKinnon as Carol Baskin. I cannot wait for either. I got to see the trailers first.
Yeah.
I got to see the trailers first. I have to be honest. Kate McKinnon as Carol Baskin doesn't really excite me because I just feel like it's going to be a Saturday Night Live sketch. It's going to be, because this is the same kind of problem that I had with like Payne and Gain, right? If this woman did murder her husband, she's never been proved guilty. But if she did, we're gonna goof around on it.
Yeah,
and we're gonna make a goof on it with Kate McKinnon doing all the goofy faces and the dances. I'm not.
Even though she was quirky. She was the least comical of the.
Right.
You know,
I mean, she was comical in the way that they edited her.
Yeah.
But not her actual.
But I mean, she was just. I mean, come on.
Right.
You know, it's not going to be like.
I know, like doing the big moments, and I don't know. I mean, look, if there's a few times that Kate McKinnon has scaled back. They're few.
Yeah.
But when she did, she was really good. I think she's super talented. I think she's
100%.
super talented. When she first hit the scene, I remember looking at my wife going, she's a superstar.
Yeah.
That is a superstar right there. And then it's just she does that thing like it's like every character does the same like kind of overall dance, and it's like a device to try to get pull for the extra laugh. I thought she was actually good in that movie, in The Spy Who Dumped Me. She's still comical in it, but she's toned down a bit. I thought in Yesterday she was way over the top, but I thought she was phenomenal in Bombshell because she was a normal person.
That I need to see.
I thought she was so good in Bombshell. I was like, that's the type of stuff that I want to see her do. I don't want to see her go, when she should be at like a 10, she's at like a 50. And it's like, and there's times where that works, and there's other times where it just I don't know if it's going to work for Carol Baskin. But I'm definitely in the minority when it comes to her because people will swear by Kate McKinnon.
I don't know. This film is weird because, again, watching the documentary is one thing, and you start laughing at them, but then you also kind of get like, oh, these are icky
they're
people.
gross people.
Yeah.
They're gross people.
And to make it all like jokey.
We're assuming here.
Yeah.
We also, just because of past things that she's done, she could very well be approaching this in the Bombshell kind of way with some ridiculous things. You just because it is her, you automatically assume it's going to be goofy, and that's not fair. It's not fair. It might not be. It's just the one that out of the end, I think that Nicolas Cage is completely miscast for it. But am I going to watch it like a car crash? You better bet your fucking ass. The same way I'm going to watch it with the Gary Busey thing.
Yeah, not just her. I just think I'm wondering what the tone is going to be.
Yeah, what's the tone?
If it's going to be
what's the tone?
If it's going to be totally goofy, I don't think I'm in on it.
I don't think so either. But let's see trailers first. Manny being manic, feeling sick today. Just wanted to donate. Thanks for all. Keeping us entertained, especially those essentials. Please be kind to the grocery store workers. The limits are not our fault. Also, New Yorkers, stay inside, wear masks, please. 319,000 cases. Thank you, Manny, for letting us know. Please keep safe. Big Beck. Hey, you want to make $14 the hard way? You take drugs, Danny? At last but not least, if I kill all the gophers, they're going to lock me up and throw away the key. Chevy Chase Murray and Dangerfield Classic. I love that movie to tears, man. Michael Rhett Dingus. I might be crazy, but I feel like a lot of Kylo Ren fighting moves reminded me of Napoleon Dynamite dance moves. In particular, his lunging step he uses in the Emperor's throne room. It's funny. Muffin Truck. Not sure if all these have been mentioned, but I would add Burn After Reading and Meet the Parents as great comedies. So I almost watched that last night. I had never seen it before.
Yeah.
So my wife and I were browsing over things last night. You know what we watched? The Vow. Do you know what that is?
Garbage.
It's not garbage. I've seen it before. I saw it when it came out in theaters. My wife had never seen it. She's like, "How did I miss this movie? It's right up my alley." And it's this romantic It's not romantic. It's a romantic movie where Channing Tatum, 2012, Channing Tatum and Rachel McAdams are together. They get into a car crash. She loses. It's based off true events.
Oh wow.
She loses her memory and blocks out the last 5 years of her life. She completely forgets marrying him, who he is in general, all of this shit. Remembers and goes back to like her family and remembers all the stuff beforehand. He's all fucked up because of it, and he's just trying to get her back, and it's fine. The movie was fine when I saw it. It was fine. But my wife wanted to see it, and she's like, "How did I never see this?" And the reason why is my daughter was like 2 months old at the time, so she was home with her. But that's what we watched last night, and I said, "Well, I'll give you that, but tonight we're watching Extraction." That's the trade-off. So tonight we're going to watch Extraction because I really want to see that movie, and I'm going to review it for Friday.
Do it and review it.
Do it and review it. I like that. Is that a thing? Can I steal that? Do it and review it. Look at that. It's like do it and chew it.
Chew it and do it.
Chew it and do it. Blue Chew. Coming on hot.
Coming hot
at the Blue Chew. Muffin Truck. Thank you.
Thank you, Muffin Truck.
Will. Robin Hood Men in Tights, a good one. Okay. Grumpy Old Men and the Cornetto trilogy with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. Those are good ones we didn't talk about enough, and they're great comedic chemistry. People didn't talk enough yesterday about Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. They have great chemistry, and it's not even just a duo. It's a trio when you put together Edgar Wright and what he's able to get out of them and how they really trust him. That's a good marriage. Those three. Keelix. Nacho, another favorite is Nacho Libre. Yeah, it's not for everyone, but I find it so funny. I dug that movie. Jack Black is so good, and the movie has a lot of heart. It really does. Lawrence Leese, who put in a Schmobot yesterday, thank you so much. Call of Booty. My top 5 comedies are Superbad, Waiting, 4-Year-Old Virgin, Step Brothers, and that's my favorite. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That's when somebody got upset about it yesterday. Not really upset, but just like, hey, I can't believe you guys didn't talk about Ferris Bueller. Yeah. We mentioned it briefly, but it is one of the all-time greats.
Oh, well, yeah.
All-time greats. I can't even tell you how many times I've seen that movie.
That one, yes, that's been one on my top of watching over and over and over.
Rudy! That
Sausage King of Chicago.
How fucking hot was Sloan?
Ooh.
Good Lord.
Sloan.
Love Ferris Bueller. It's a great movie. You know, Schnepp's in that movie.
Really?
As a teenager, very young. He's at the parade.
Oh, I think I saw a little screen
thing,
grab of that one
he's
time.
At the parade. I remember we talked about it. He's like, yeah, I'm in the classic, bro.
Wow.
I missed the big man. Okay, getting back on over to we had Arcadio put in a Schmobot. Thank you so much. Troy put in a Schmobot. Hotel Nerd, Tavishka Productions. No particular order. Holy Grail, Coming to America, Big Lebowski, Tropic Thunder, Hot Rod, Princess Bride, Dazed and Confused, Thor Ragnarok, Strange Wilderness, just for the Bigfoot scene alone. Those are good ones. The Dutch Stoner said, we watched Who Framed Roger Rabbit this weekend. First time in 20-plus years. It still holds up. Just watch because of prop culture on Disney+. It's really good. Watch it. Don't check it out, you dummies. So is that's on Disney+, Roger Rabbit? Because I'll go and I'll check that out. If that is, I'll watch that with my daughter. I think she'll dig it. And I haven't watched it in a long time.
Yeah, that one, but that one can be frightening in a bit. I'm probably she's
at this
fine
point,
with it. Yeah,
at this point she'll be all right. I mean,
it's the dipping.
She'll be all right at that point. I think those types of things I don't think creep her out as much. Like, she still can't watch Little Mermaid now because when she was 4 years old, we tried to get her to watch that, and Ursula scared the shit out of her. To this day, she still won't watch it. She hates Ursula. She won't do it. She wouldn't give a shit if she watched it now. Because I remember we tried watching Hercules with her when she was little, and it was like, and Hades popped in, and she's like, nope, I'm good. Now she loves it. She watches Hercules. She's watched Hercules every day for the last 3 days. She loves Hercules. Okay, bringing back over to, we talked about, who do we just have? We had the Dutch Stoner, Keelix, 2 other comedies. I love A Grumpy Old Men. Grumpier Old Men with the legends Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau, one of the great comedy duos of all time. Burgess Meredith is so good. He's so good. Someone posted those clips that you were talking about in the Facebook group.
Oh, God.
So you have to go back and watch it. Yeah. Haskell 420. Here's some more. Mr. Mom, Gung Ho, Beetlejuice, My Blue Heaven. We didn't talk about that. Parenthood, great ones. Real Genius, Weird Science, Porky's, Fletch. Fletch is great.
Fletch
is great. Thank you very little. Best in Show. All of me, I think Thank You Very Little is from Caddyshack, actually. All of Me, and A Fish Called Wanda. When he said, Dr. Rosen, that's from Fletch. Dr. Rosen, Dr. Rosen penis. Dr. Rosen. Scarvy Dent, my all-time favorite is Airplane. Considering how many jokes are packed into the movie, it's amazing the percentage of laughs it gets. Plus an all-time great comedy cast, Lloyd Bridges, Leslie Nielsen, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. That was one of those movies, man, that it's so hard to do. And what they did and what they're able to pull off was absolutely incredible. It was crazy. It was crazy. See anybody else that we missed here? I want to make sure that we got everybody. We had Suge Knight, 323, Bachelor Party, Beverly Hills Cop, Hangover, Van Wilder, and American Pie. Got to talk about American Pie. We didn't talk about it. Hope you guys are having a great day. Remember to check out the Let's Get Ready podcast. We have PJ Campbell on talking about writing for the Schmodown. People should be checking out the Let's Get Ready podcast. They have good voices on there. I watched a couple episodes and listened to them. And Suge's a newer fan, but he's a hardcore fan, and he's done his history and he's done his homework. And they had Nerd Chronic on, who edits the Schmodown. They've had some good people on, and they break down. They have a good perspective on what's going down. So check out the Let's Get Ready Schmodown podcast if you're looking for some material, some other hardcore fans. It's really good. Thanks, Suge. Beverly Hills Cop is one of my favorites for sure. And Van Wilder. Van Wilder was one. That's the kind of introduction of Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, I love Van Wilder.
It's good. Yeah. I remember reading that script it was floating around for a bit. And like, who's going to be able to do this? And then you find Ryan Reynolds, and
he's got that Vince Vaughn kind of quick wit.
Yeah, he does. Better Call Maul, Bowfinger, great comedy with the pairing of Eddie Murphy and Steve Martin. A comedy that isn't talked about anymore is the first Wilder Pryor movie, Silver Streak, which crosses many genres. I got to rewatch. I'm not as familiar with that one as the other one. Do you remember Silver Streak?
I don't.
Yeah, I got to rewatch that one because you're right. It's not talked about as much.
I do remember though, like watching a documentary about Richard Pryor, and that some of those he really wasn't. He was into doing like Harlem Nights and stuff. He wanted to like not do all these kind of goofy ones for a while. I feel
I'm sure, and he's probably signed into a contract or something too. Darth Helmet, nice. How has no one mentioned Ernest Goes to Camp? I guess you have to be over 40 to remember that. It's a good one. Also, all the Kevin Smith movies. I'm at all the Kevin Smith movies, but a lot of the Kevin Smith movies, like Chasing Amy for sure.
Yeah.
He had a couple down ones. It's funny because I got to rewatch Dogma because I was coming off of a real Kevin Smith high, with Clerks and Mallrats and Chasing Amy, and when Dogma came out, I was like, let's go. I saw an early screening. I couldn't wait, and it was the first thing you get into that when like the shit monster comes out and all that. It lost me, but I have to go back and watch it again because I think that I didn't appreciate it as much for what it was trying to do, because I think I need to watch that movie the same way I watch like Yoga Hosers and Walrus, because I like both those movies. Or Tusk, not Walrus, Tusk. You'd get it, but Tusk. Because Tusk is a fucking weird movie, and it's supposed to be. And this is what I respected so much. I saw Kevin Smith talk about both of those movies. I saw Yoga Hosers at Sundance, and I got a chance to see him talk about it. And I respected him so much because he did not make either one of those movies to try to like get the audiences outside to come in and try to make a hit. He made the movies for himself, for his friends, and if people enjoyed him. Yeah. And that's how people, when they get into this, want to make movies, but you can't do it obviously when you're making big studio movies. But he put this money into it, and he made these movies, and the movies he wanted to make, and they're not for everybody. They're bizarre. Tusk is about as weird as it gets. Did you see Tusk?
No, I haven't seen it.
Tusk is fucking weird, but I liked it a lot. It's a weird
movie. I remember
movie.
liking Dogma, but not being overwhelmed because again, Mallrats to me was just like
these are different. These are extremely different. Yoga Hosers is an absolute lunacy movie. They are loony. Both these movies
sounds right up my alley.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what you think of Tusk. I remember seeing that movie and I was sitting at Scott Mann. What was that? I was with Scott Mann. It's like what do we watch? Oh my, like what happened? So that weird movie. Okay. Chris Jones says, I don't think Disney would ever touch WWE due to their controversial history. It's just not a good fit. As for the vacation movies, it was always Christmas Vacation as a kid, but the original holds up more and is more relatable in adulthood now. I agree with that. In my poll, I was right, though. Over 2,000 people voted. Christmas Vacation was the overwhelming winner. I think Brett was probably right. It's probably closer to more young people's heads, and it's on more. As far as Disney, there was a rumor going around. We read it yesterday on the show that WWE was in talks to sell, and that Disney was thinking about buying them. Now, again, it was a big grain of salt rumor. It's nothing that was. It's not like coming down the pike and like, yeah, here it is. It's going to happen. But Disney buying WWE because of their controversial history. You can always say, look, that was before our time. The reason we want to buy it is for the product itself, and now here's the things we want to do. Now, being in association with Vince still, and all the stuff that he'd been through in the past, because he's still going to be running it, I'm sure. I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen. I just think it's a very different fit in general. I think it would be a good move for Disney because it's another property for them, and they could. But a Disney run WWE, I don't think the fans are going to accept it. I think the fans are going to push back. If they push back on not everybody did I know, but if a lot of fans push back on Star Wars, they're going to definitely push back on WWE. I'll tell you that. Johnny Ipp, a couple others, a Waterboy, and the Three Amigos. What about favorite movie quotes for a topic? It's a good one, but it's just like, it's off the top of your head type thing. There's going to be a lot of the same ones, I think. I don't know.
I've got a very obscure one. It was one of the last films that Farley did. where they're like, Lewis and Clarky kind of.
Yeah, it's the what the hell is it called? Not The Great Escape.
Or maybe there wasn't that.
No,
one.
I know which one you're called. It was what the hell is it called? It was the. People are going to tell us in a second. It was the last one that he did. It was the last. It was him and Matthew Perry, right?
Yeah.
What? It wasn't Almost Heroes.
There was a.
Was it called Almost Heroes? No.
Almost Heroes. I think.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, because I
Okay.
think they were the not Lewis and Clark. They were the ones that screwed up or something like that.
Yeah.
But there's
Wagons East.
Wagons East.
That's what it was called. It was Wagons East.
Really?
Yeah, that was it, wasn't it?
Okay.
It was Wagons East. Here, we'll bring it up right now.
Well, the quote is in one of these films, but they've got
Wagons East. Exasperated pioneers hire the ill-fated Donner's Party former trail to escort them back to their original homes. It's the last movie he was in.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of the other one then.
Yeah, it was John Candy, Richard Lewis. Yeah, right? Oh, you're talking Chris Farley?
Yeah.
You're talking Chris Farley. This is John Candy.
Yeah, I was thinking.
All right, so Chris Farley and Matthew Perry. So let's see.
So the setup is that they
Almost Heroes.
Yeah,
You're right. You're right.
So their setup is that they've got
8% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Now, forgive me, they don't use the politically correct term, but they said they have some Indians. We've got you surrounded with Indians, and Farley goes, "Well, hell, we got more than 4 because that's all they have."
Yeah.
Like I died at that.
Well, a tracker and his entourage help a fop. People don't use that word enough.
Hey,
there we go again. Fop. Try to beat Lewis and Clark to the Pacific Ocean. There you go. So
Hotel Nerd donated $20.
Oh.
Test for COVID tomorrow at 8 a.m. I go to get my brain scrambled.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
man.
when you see those of putting it, that makes me want to.
Well, that's why when did you see Brad Pitt as the Fauch?
Oh yeah.
When he says like he's like, oh, and because Trump said these tests are beautiful, and he goes. And he's like, going over each thing he says, like, well, if by beautiful you mean something poking your brain, sure. It's really good. It's really funny. That was a riot. Okay, let's see. Going back on over to finishing up yesterday's Streamlabs. We're going to get to everybody else's Streamlabs today, but what we're going to do is we're going to read through yesterday's. We're almost done with yesterday's, and then I'm going to talk about some of this news because we got this Josh Trank story I want to talk about for sure. Johnny Epp also said Waterboy, The Three Amigos. Yeah, right. And then Hotel Nerd put in his robot. Andre Arroyan, some of my favorites that I haven't heard mentioned yet are Robin Hood Men in Tights, Stripes, and Dodgeball. Well, we definitely mentioned Stripes and Dodgeball yesterday because Jason Bateman kind of came back and did that. That's when he made his run. Will Davis put in $2. Thank you. Damon. Animal House, Caddyshack, Duck Soup. Oh, we did a lot of these. Step Brothers, Adam McKay. We did all these already, sorry. And then this last one, Gabriel Lopez. I loved all the Cheech and Chong movies. Thanks again. Yeah. Kate Van D, Step Brothers, Adam McKay. I think that's
a lot of the same things coming up.
I think there's I think that's everything.
Only a few surprises of me that I was like, I don't know.
That was a super chat one. Yeah. That was it, guys. Okay, good. So that's everything inside of that we hit with Streamlabs yesterday. I wanted to make sure that we hit everybody's Streamlabs. And now we're back on today. So today we'll start over streamlabs.com/Schmodown. So the Schmobot is on, ladies and gentlemen. We have news stories that we want to get to also, so we'll make sure we do that. So keep them coming if you want to interrupt the show. And what we haven't done in a while, if you want to do any impressions or any characters and stuff today, you can do that for sure. You don't have to worry about that. I see some people yesterday for when they tuned into backstage, and people are just saying, Jeff, I love to hate you. Please don't ever change. Talking about Jeff Snyder for sure. Oh, good. Okay, this is. We'll start. This is one of my favorite things that is happening on Streamlabs. By the way, it is one of my favorite. Bobcat Goldthwait's birthday says today is not Bobcat Goldthwait's birthday. I'm looking forward to when it is. I really am. Hold on. Don't look at it.
No.
All right, I was gonna look it up, but I guess I won't look it up. I guess I'll
that'll
wait.
be the fun.
I guess that's the fun of it. Okay, that's fine. All right. You're right. Sweet. All right.
What a ride.
That's really funny.
You got me.
Yeah, that's funny. All right, we did it, guys. So we got up there too. Let's. This is bullshit. There's 925 people watching right now. We're at 257 likes. We got to get to 400 before we start into the news. And here we go. All right, everybody. Looking forward to trying to get to 400 likes right now so we can get into our next topic. Going to talk about Josh Trank. Josh Trank. What's he going to do? Well, No, he's not going to do superhero movies anymore. All right, here we go. Moving on over here. Moving on over. Hey, let's get on over here, everybody. Let's go. 921 people in, 320 people. Let's get to 400. Let's get to 400.
That's not a lot of people that just need to hit like.
That's right. I dressed up as a stormtrooper one time, rubbed mud all over myself. All right, here we go. Now we get to 352. I need the 400. Trying to get the 400 likes here, everybody. Trying to get the 400. Yep. Everybody, that's right. Dr. Fauci is my spirit animal. 364. We need to get the 360. Oh, yeehaw. 382. Gonna get a 400. Gonna get the 400. When I eat steak, I just throw it up in the air and see if it sticks to the ceiling. 391. 391. Gotta get the 400.
You know, it's a comedy nobody talks about it. Hee-haw. Hee-haw was good.
Hee-haw, yeehaw was also pretty good. 398. Trying to get the 400 for it.
Hee-haw, weehaw.
Hee-haw, weehaw.
Weehaw, weehaw.
Weehaw, weehaw. Hello, weehaw. Welcome to Weehaw Village. Yeah. Reminder to everybody, once again, to go on over to Twitch.
Switch it up.
Either sign up or even today. Let's say how many people we got right now. We got almost 1,500 people over on the Schmodown on Twitch. Get on over there. You don't want to miss these matches because already I can tell you. I know Andrew DiMolanta is going to be in the tournament. Ken Knapsack has confirmed he's going to be in the tournament. I think Laura Kelly is confirmed to be in the tournament. So there's going to be the Adam Witt also confirmed to be in the tournament. The winner of the tournament will get a title shot at Alex Damon once all the craziness is over. So you don't want to miss it. Go on over to Twitch today. All you got to do is follow it. You just got to follow. Go in there and follow. It takes you 2 seconds to sign up and do it. It doesn't cost you a damn thing. And we're going to be putting a lot of cool material up there for sure. So go ahead and do that. All right. Let's go to some of these. Let's start with this Josh Trank thing. So I had talked about it, and I guess I can talk about it a little bit more now because he's out there talking. When all this shit went down with Josh Trank, right before Fantastic Four came out, and he was, going to do... It was right before the movie came out. He was kind of taking shots at the movie. And he knew what was coming, and he was taking shots at the movie. And he had reached out to myself and Campia and told us that he watched Movie Talk, and there were some things that he really liked what we were talking about. There's other things he wanted to talk to us about. I was on the phone with him for 2 days straight. Each time was for over 2 hours or something. Wow. It was each time. And we just talked, and he told me a lot of this stuff that he's coming out and talking about now. But I gave him, it was off the record and everything too. And this is now it's public.
It's on it.
Now it's public. But he just talked about he had a horrible time during the filming of Fantastic Four. And so these were the quotes that he said on Fantastic Four. He said the end of the Fantastic Four was going to be very organically set up. It was going to set up the adventure and the weirdness and the fun. That would have been the wish fulfillment of the sequel, because obviously the sequel would be, okay, we are superpowered forever, and it's weird and it's funny, and there's this adventure lurking around every corner. But the first movie was going to basically be the filmic version of how I saw myself all the time, the metaphor of these characters crawling out of hell. So then the problem was that him and the writer, Jeremy Slater, did not get along. Slater was a comic book fan, eager to keep the original tone. Trank pushed back at all the comic book elements. The trials of developing Fantastic Four had everything to do with tone. You could take the most comic booky things as far as just the names and faces and identities and backstories and synthesize it into a tone. And that tone that Slater was interested in was not a tone that I felt I had anything in common with. Slater said he tried to get Trank. I'm reading this from Dark Horizons, by the way. Slater said he tried to get Trank excited about the comics, but Josh just didn't give a shit. The first Avengers movie had recently come out, and I kept saying, that should be our template. That's what our audiences want to see, and Josh just fucking hated every second of it. Slater dutifully cranked out 18 different drafts of the script, and Trank only delivered 2 of those to the studio and would only tell Slater about certain notes received. Slater says he didn't receive 95% of the studio notes, and Trank made sure Slater wasn't allowed to speak to Fox without Trank present.
Jeez.
Damn. Slater then left the project after 6 months, and Fox brought in its own writers to try and shape the film. Nevertheless, the movie went into production without a finished script or ending. Tensions heightened as the studio considered pulling the plug on the whole thing shortly after the filming began. Trank, meanwhile, had to deal with not only the death of his dog shortly into production, but online abuse from fans threatening to shoot him over casting of Michael B. Jordan as Johnny Storm. It made him ultra paranoid and made him sleep with a gun under his pillow, a gun he returned once filming Wrapped. Trank claims, right before production began, the budget was slashed by $30 million, which included much of the finale. The intention being that they would shoot the ending during a second round of filming. A first cut was screened for Fox, who took issue with the film's morose tone, and so reshoots were planned. They really do pay attention to what people are saying on Twitter. They look at that and they say, shit, people are freaked out about how it's not going to be funny, so we need to spend $10 million to do a comedy rewrite. Those reshoots would not be overseen by Trank, who says editor Stephen Rifkin became the de facto director of the film, and he was choosing the wrong takes, says Trank. There are some editors, from my point of view, who prefer using takes for pacing over performance. So they'll say he moved out of that quicker, or he did this quicker, or there's a certain kind of rhythm that they're looking for. I maybe saw a couple of shots that really resonated. Producers Simon Kinberg and Hutch Parker oversaw production of the reshoots, and while Trank tried to write his own pages to steer the film in his direction, they were ignored. Of the experience of the reshoots, Trank says, it was like being castrated. You're standing there and you're basically watching producers blocking out scenes 5 minutes ahead of when you get there, having editors hired by the studio deciding the sequence of shots that are going to construct whatever is going on and what it is they need. And then, because they're being nice, they'll sort of be nice to you by saying, well, does that sound good? You can say yes or no. Trank was working on the same time at Boba Fett, a Star Wars story movie for Lucasfilm, which Kinberg was producing, having signed on to helm it a few months before Fantastic Four started filming. However, once word of all the on-set turmoil reached Kathleen Kennedy, Trank knew he was likely going to be fired and agreed to sit out on Star Wars Celebration in April 2015. He told his managers, I quit because I knew I was going to be fired if I didn't quit. During the interview, Trank also explained that he had pitched a hard R-rated Venom movie, similar in tone to The Mask, a while back. He and both big fan director Rob Siegel spent 2 weeks putting together a treatment for the film, which they presented to the Amazing Spider-Man producer Matt Tolmach. He hated it, and Tolmach hated it and says he had issues with Tolmach's attitude. I didn't like how Matt Tolmach was coming at me at the situation because it felt kind of authoritative. He talked about a Chronicle sequel and some other stuff too. But the big news to me was there's a lot of stuff not in here, but Fantastic Four, that whole thing was doomed. The whole thing was doomed, and I think it's very similar. As much as sometimes we give, not sometimes, a lot of times we give Kathleen Kennedy and Lucasfilm guff of saying, you hired the hot director just to get the hot director in there, and I think that Fox probably did the same thing though too. They had worked with Trank before on Chronicle, and it made a lot of money for them, and they were happy with it, and then that's when Kathleen Kennedy said, "Oh, everybody, they just got him from Fantastic Four. I'll get him for Boba Fett." And that's kind of what that was in the middle of all that get the hot director thing for Star Wars. So she went and did that. Josh Trank, if you listen to his comments, he wasn't the right guy for Fantastic Four. I mean, he didn't get to make the movie that he wanted to make. That's clear. He was looking to do something very different because Chronicle's dark. Chronicle's a dark movie. I mean, obviously, look at what he's doing so far with this trailer on Capone. The guy likes to play in the dark, and that's not what Fantastic Four is. Nor should if he's coming in with that kind of pitch, you should know that. So I think there's a lot of people at fault here, and Trank's got to be one of them. But I think that the studio for hiring him and then not letting him make the movie he wanted to make, but if he's not giving the writer the notes and everything, it's like he wanted to make his movie, and he probably thought, well, look, I know the movie. This is probably what he was thinking. I'm going to make the movie I want to make. I'm not going to give him the notes because they're going to fucking love it when I do it. Yeah. I know what I'm doing, but then he's getting death threats and all these things. And he had this thing, I don't know, he's talked about it, and this shit was going on with the house that he rented was a disaster, and all this stuff was a mess. That whole situation was a mess. But
death threats for who you cast in something, that is
it's dude. I mean, are you surprised though? Are you surprised?
I guess not.
So anyway, it's just an overall mess. It was an overall mess, and it was so all of that, and because of that, he lost the gig with Star Wars. I remember being at Celebration, and this is what I asked him because it was just speculation and nobody had talked about it. But I said to him, I go, dude, you weren't sick when? He's like, nah, I wasn't sick because they said he was sick.
Yeah, and
it's because it was this Rogue One thing they were showing, and and it was Gareth Edwards was coming out, and they were supposed to announce they were going to announce the Boba Fett movie, and Josh Trank was supposed to be there, and they said, "Oh, Josh isn't here; he's sick." I remember looking at it was talking maybe my brother, I can't remember who I was sitting with, and I was like, "Nah, something stinks."
Yeah,
something stinks. And then when I got a chance to talk to Josh, I'm like, "You weren't sick," and he's like, "Nah, I wasn't sick." And I'm like, again, he hadn't talked about what it was, and I was like, "It was Boba Fett, wasn't it?" He's like, "Yeah, it was Boba Fett," and he's talked about it now. So again, I can talk about this, but either way, yeah, he just was not a I think that when you listen to the screenwriter and he's saying that the tone they should have went with after going off the first Avengers is probably accurate.
Yeah.
It's probably accurate. You don't want to get overly jokey like the Tim Story ones, but maybe you want to get into a play like they did for Avengers, and Trank just didn't want to make that movie. And it was probably the right call if you're going to make that movie. But now Marvel's got it back, and I think you're going to finally, I mean, it's not going to be a hard thing to do. You're probably going to see the best Fantastic Four that we've seen, because you liked the first Tim Story one, right?
Yeah, I actually did.
They're not.
I didn't hate. I mean,
it's like a cartoon. It's like a Saturday morning cartoon.
Exactly.
It's not like so bad, but it's just compared to the other kind of stuff that's out there.
Yeah.
It's just not that good.
And wasn't there not much else out? I mean, like, where did this fit into as far as Marvel movies were being made?
Well, remember, so it is separate. So
I know it's separate, but I'm saying, like, because that was the big hot thing.
Yeah, because MCU was separate, doing their own thing. Marvel was it's Fox.
I'm not sorry, yeah.
Marvel was doing their own movies with Fox. So Fox owned all of the. Now they don't, but they had X-Men and Fantastic Four was there. So it didn't play into the MCU timeline.
Yeah.
So at the time, this came out in 2015. So MCU was taken off.
Oh, okay.
They were crushing at this point. This 2015, when they were writing it, the first Avengers had kind of come out. That was 2012. 2013 was probably when they were writing it. But 2015, that was probably like Ultron or something, I would assume, around that time. Something like that.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, you mean the Toy Story one. I remember seeing the Fantastic Four one that did come out, and it's funny because Tyrone Magnus always says to me, he's like, "You're a madman. You like that movie." I said, "No, I didn't like the movie. I just didn't think it was as bad as everyone said." You can see there's a good movie inside of that movie.
Yeah.
There's it's not a good movie. It's a bad movie, and it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. It just turns into a different movie. You're like, what? You can just tell it. Just put it out. We need to put something out. It's a mess, but you can see that somewhere in that movie could be a good movie. It's just not there. That's always what I said when I watched that movie. It just one of those things. Anyway, so that's a big story kind of going around right now. It's he made those. I don't know where he made those actual comments, but he's been talking a lot. He's obviously promoting his movie. I tried to get him on the show. I had reached out to him via Twitter, but he's doing other ones. SEN wasn't in his mirror yet. So hopefully he reaches out. I'd like to have him on and to talk to him about it, because that'd be interesting. This is from Collider. This is interesting. This is the article is the Batman cast and character guide. Who's who in Matt Reeves' Dark Knight film? By the way, guys, once again, the Schmobot is on. If you want to interrupt the show, you can do that. You want to talk about any of these things? If it's the Josh Trank story, if there's other stories that you want us to talk about, please do that. I'm going to go to Streamlabs and Super Chat in just a little bit to read out all your stuff. But here, Brett, are you familiar with anybody who's in the new Batman movies? The new one?
Yeah, Robert Pattinson.
Well, that's right.
Course.
Robert Pattinson is, of course, playing the Batman. He is obviously the main guy. You got anybody? You know anybody else? Let's see if you can guess.
As soon as you tell me, I'm going to
see
know
if you remember. Do you remember who plays the Penguin?
The Penguin is Colin Farrell.
That's right.
Boom.
Colin Farrell is exactly that.
Because I know we were talking about how he's got to be uglied up in some way.
Yeah, he's going to be. So Oswald Cobblepot is Cobble. Yeah, Oswald Cobblepot has been a staple of Gotham's crime scene for decades. He's going to be in that. I'm interested. I want to see what it's going to be. Catwoman, Zoe Kravitz.
I can't complain about that.
I'm never going to complain about Zoe Kravitz being in anything. So she's in that one. That's so far so good. Like this cast. Alfred Pennyworth, Andy Serkis.
Yes.
I mean, come on, that's my boy. Andy Serkis is the best. Talk about just a good human being. Love that dude. The Riddler, Paul Dano. That's another one.
It's a great cast.
It's a great cast. This is the best cast we have had in a Batman movie. Overall, I don't know. I mean, you can compare The Dark Knight. You got Heath Ledger and Christian Bale, Morgan Freeman, Michael Caine, Aaron Eckhart, Maggie Gyllenhaal. It's a good cast.
Kevin
Sorbo. Look at this though. James Gordon. Kevin Sorbo. James Gordon is Jeffrey Wright.
Oh.
Peanut Butter Annie's donated $20.
Do you hear what I just said? Do you hear what I just said?
Guys, just started watching and I actually liked the Fantastic Four that Trank did until 55 minutes and then it did a totally 180 and it shit the bed.
Totally agree. It's just, you can just tell the miss. So I just to go back, James Gordon is not playing Jeffrey Wright. Jeffrey Wright is playing James Gordon. Just let everybody know that. Yeah. John Turturro is playing Carmine Falcone. That's a great cast.
Wow.
This is a cast, man. That is a cast. That is a hell of a cast. And thanks again, Collider, breaking that down there. That is a hell of a cast. What do you guys think? Which cast out of the two of those? I'm gonna go to the chat room here. Which out of those two casts, The Dark Knight, and I'm not talking about movies, we haven't seen both of them. The Dark Knight or The Batman, which has the better cast? What's Hayden? Is there Hayden news also? What's the Hayden news? Is there Hayden Christensen news?
Noella Peace donated $20. I remember watching the Fox panel for Comic-Con 2015. Horseman Apocalypse and Deadpool, the crowd went nuts. Fantastic Four crickets.
Yeah, I remember that too. Yeah, it's true.
So I had to look something up because this is what I was getting at. So the first Fantastic Four was in 2005.
Okay.
And that's what I'm saying. Like the superhero movies hadn't been blowing up as
well,
much, right? Or had
when you're talking when that movie came out.
Yeah.
So the superhero genre went through a whole different thing. I would say that the first one to really crack through was Donner's Superman, and that was like 78, right? And then Superman 2, which was like 80.
Oh yeah, like those.
Those were the first. Well, and then it died down. Then there wasn't. I mean, there were other ones, but it didn't pop until.
Tiffany Smith Long donated $20.
Okay.
Hey Christian.
Hey.
Did you ever finish playing it watching Fallen Order? Would love to hear your thoughts on the ending. It has some awesome Star Wars moments.
I need to go and watch the story because I don't have enough time to keep running around in circles and falling off cliffs. So maybe that's one of the things I'll do on Twitch now that we have this Twitch channel. Maybe if you guys want me to finish the game, you guys can play with me. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe that's something that we can do. I'll talk to Courtney, and we can Courtney, who runs our Twitch channel. I'll talk to her. Maybe we'll do that. Because I haven't watched the story stuff because I know all these reveals and I heard the great story stuff.
Hotel Nerd donated $20. Hayden is supposed to be announced at Celebration to reprise Anakin role, and it's rumored to be for the Ahsoka series.
Oh, that's cool. So Hayden Christensen is supposed to announce at Celebration to reprise his Anakin role for the Ahsoka series. I mean, that would be cool. That would be great. I mean, but the question is it going to be that? I mean, look, it would work for Ahsoka. It would work for Ahsoka. I mean, you don't necessarily need him in the suit, but when he takes off the helmet, if he wants to run around playing Vader again, I think that could be fun, and I think it would be nice. It would be good for the fans. There's that moment, of course, when they fight, and you see. I mean, it is a great moment when they have their brawl. But I guess that's the other question is when. Yeah, but when does the Ahsoka series take place? I don't know if that's I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that makes sense. Now that I think about that, because Ahsoka's her series, if they do it this way, which they very well might not, if they show her in Mandalorian season 2, and they're going to take that version of her and spin that version of her off into her own series, then Vader's dead. Vader's not around, so then he couldn't be. Now, if they decide that they're going to age Rosario Dawson a little bit, and then they're going to do a separate series of her younger during the time of the after Clone Wars running through. But even then, we know that she doesn't really meet up with Anakin until Rebels, or Vader, that is, until Rebels, and they only have like a couple of showdowns. So I think, again, not to kind of beat the same drum, it makes more sense if they're going to announce him that he's going to appear in the Obi-Wan series. In the Obi-Wan series, then that would make sense. That timeline makes sense. The Ahsoka series, it doesn't really make sense. Am I wrong here? What do you guys say? I would say it's better. I would say if he gets announced, it makes more sense that he would appear for Kenobi and not Ahsoka, because there's things that they could do to make sure that it did make sense of, like I always said in that Obi-Wan once thought as you did. They can play off of that. Yeah. So a lot of people are saying for the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, not Ahsoka. Okay, so everyone's saying Obi-Wan, not Ahsoka. Okay, yeah, that would make more sense to me. So interesting if they do it. So where's the rumor coming from, by the way? Because if they got Hayden Christensen back for Vader in the Obi-Wan series, you better believe people are going to lose their minds for that. They're really losing their minds for the Obi-Wan series. But if you have the actual everyone's saying the rumor is actually for Kenobi, not us. Okay, that makes more sense. So where'd this rumor come from? I haven't seen the rumor, so I don't know where it came from. Does anybody know where it came from? I want to know. All right, before we move on over. All right, everybody, looking to get to 600 likes here. We're at 468. 468, and we're at 600. This is called bullshit. We need to get to 600. We need to get a lot of bullshit. Allowed to get a bullshit. One time, I let a bullshit on my toe just because. All right, everybody, now we're at 471. Looking to get to 600. Sources say LOL. Gotta get the 6. Gotta get the 6. Go. Gotta get the 6. Gotta get the 6. Ho. All right, everybody. Hey, ho. 490. 490. Gotta get to 600, everybody. Let's get to 600. Can everybody get to 600? Who wants to get to 600? Who wants to get? Can you get to 600? Oh, there's 500. Gotta get to 6. Gotta get to 6. We're at 500 here. It's time to get to 600. I'm looking at Yoda, and he looks drunk. All right. 600. Gotta get to 6. Gotta get to 6. Go. Gotta get to 6. Gotta get to 6. Whee! Come on, you fucks. Come on, you shit. Let's get. So apparently, Latino Review Media has the rumor about Hayden Christensen.
Oh, there it is.
You know what? 518's fine.
Rumors.
I'm done with this.
Great.
Yeah.
Great Fleetwood Mac album.
I want to go back on over and see if there's the news has been interesting over the last couple of days. We got the Obi-Wan Anakin rumor here. We got this Josh Trank stuff. Yeah, man. So Disney on skipping cinemas and shoot restarts. What is this now? The Disney Plus streaming service has reached 54.5 million subscribers worldwide, according to the company yesterday during its quarterly earnings call. It's a gain of 4.5 million since April 8th, and one of the few bright spots for Disney in an otherwise rough teleconference. Yeah, they've been getting their balls kicked in otherwise. Along with its 1.4 billion in losses across all its operations. Over the first quarter of this year, most of which comes from its parks, experiences, and consumer products business. Disney CEO Bob Chapek also uses the call to discuss the future of the studio's distribution efforts. It seems that Universal isn't the only one re-evaluating how it releases the films in the future, as Chapek says. See, this is why the theaters shouldn't have said anything. This is why they shouldn't open their mouths, because now the studios are going to go, I don't know, they're doing it, we'll do it. We very much believe in the value of the theatrical experience overall for large blockbuster movies. We also realize that either because of changing and evolving customer dynamics or because of certain situations like COVID, we may have to make some changes to that overall strategy just because theaters aren't open or aren't open to the extent that anyone needs to be financially viable. We're going to evaluate each one of our movies on a case-by-case situation. The sort of evaluation likely led to Disney pulling Artemis Fowl from its theatrical run and putting it out directly on Disney Plus services. Marvel and major tentpole films such as Mulan are certain for cinematic release. Chapek says the company is sticking with the July 24th release for Mulan, its first big movie out of the gate and one that's banking on incredible pent-up demand from moviegoers. Also confirmed theatrical for now are Black Widow, November 6th, Pixar's Soul, November 20th, and 20th Century Studios' Free Guy, December 11th. What this means for similar films or other leftover projects from the Fox acquisition, such as The New Mutants or Death on the Nile, it's not clear. Chapek also says there are currently no plans at present to begin production of upcoming movies, including Marvel films, in light of the ongoing pandemic. When production does resume, filming will feature health precautions such as masks on sets. I think that Mulan in June still is silly. I don't think people are going to be going out to the movies, not confidently, in June. They might be open, but people aren't going to confidently be going into the theater to watch movies. I think they should have taken Mulan and put it on Disney Plus. But this is one of those things, man. This is what I was talking about here. This is he's right. You got to look at it like a business. If the theaters are shut down because of this stupid thing, you're asking basically what the theaters are asking the studios to do is, hey, just wait with us.
Yeah.
Take all your movies. Don't shoot anything else. Wait with us, and then when we open up, you put your movies in. Like, yeah, but we've already shot these. We need to make money on these things. So, hence Artemis Fowl going to Disney Plus. Some other movies, and there's other ones they're going to keep for the theatrical experience. But I think that's the change that we're in for here, man. I think that's the overall change. Yeah, I know that Curtis Lopez, I don't disagree with you. He says Mulan belongs on the big screen. I don't disagree with you. But push it then. Push it. Like June, you're asking for a loss. You are asking for a loss in June. I don't think
too soon.
I think it's too soon. Yeah, because I also understand Disney is 1.2 or 1.3 billion in losses. I mean, they got to do whatever they want, whatever they can at this point. I understand, but like, this says Mulan opens in July. This says June. Mulan needs to be in July. July is a better push. Yeah. Streaming is a good place for them to dump their decent but shittier movies. That way they don't have to acknowledge it being shit. Well, that's all. In less harsh terms, he's right. In less harsh terms, he's right. Like it's one of those things where let's say Artemis Fowl is a real fart bag.
Yeah.
They could say, you know what we wanted to do? We really, we wanted to get it out earlier. We wanted to release it on Disney Plus for you guys. Maybe where they looked at it and said, this is gonna be a fucking turd.
Yeah, we gotta get.
Now. And so he's right. Now I'm not saying that Artemis Fowl is a turd. It could very well be a great movie, but I'm just saying that it's possible that they take these movies and go, this wouldn't have made a penny in theaters. Let's put it on streaming now.
And we could get some people to sign up, to see it.
Exactly. We have streaming service now. Maybe they wanted to see it. Maybe they sign up for it, and then hey, we get some more subscribers out of this thing. So. Yeah, I get. I mean, it's a different world, man. COVID's going to change a lot of the way that we take shit in. Again, big stories, a lot of things happening out there. That being a big story for sure. Trolls World Tour cast caught off guard. Okay, let's read this one. Big stories here. Keep coming out. It turns out it wasn't just exhibitors that were caught off by Universal Pictures' Trolls World Tour premium VOD experience. Turns out that even the film's stars were also taken by surprise. They're not happy about it. Oh wow! Look at the stars banding with the theaters here. THR reports that The Voice stars Justin Timberlake and Anna Kendrick were not informed ahead of the March 16th announcement of the film being made available to rent for $20 online. The reason this is an issue is because compensation for stars in animated films often ties to box office bonuses. And with no theatrical release box office to speak of, the stars' reps are now asking for them to be paid. This is where it's going to get tricky.
Yeah.
The trade also reports that despite the film's almost $100 million domestic success in the first weeks of demand, the movie is still millions in the red and may never make a dime, says some industry sources for the trade. Yeah, that's the risk they made. But yeah,
it's a
tricky.
Yeah.
Tricky. That is a tricky because it's like you got
tricky to rock around.
Yeah, man. You got these stars. You can't fuck around with Justin Timberlake and Anna Kendrick. You can't put it on there and say, oh yeah, well we didn't release it in theaters, so you're not getting your bonuses. They're gonna go, well, but you still made money, Humps. Where's ours?
You don't fuck around with Justin Timberlake.
You don't do that. No. You don't do it. No. But yeah, so you're gonna get yourself into some trouble there. Yeah. Let's see some TV news. She-Hulk. What's the TV news on She-Hulk? She-Hulk. Dana Schwartz, who's a writer on the Marvel Studios' upcoming She-Hulk, she confirms the show's writer room is finished for the first season, and so she's seeking other projects. Production hasn't started on the first season of the series, which will bring the Jennifer Walters character to the MCU, and so it's not clear yet who's going to star in the title role for the series. Okay. Well, I mean, the writer's room is over. You can't do anything about it yet. Look at this. Manscaped's over here, too, man. Manscaped's
Hey, look at that.
Kicking ass.
Escaping men
The
everywhere.
Walking Dead. World Beyond. The AMC Networks has reportedly...
Mark_Jason_Ali donated $20.
Thank you.
I had the opportunity to see Mulan in March at the UK premiere. It's a great movie. The last press screening I saw for the fan carpet. No idea when I can put the review out. Maybe July if it's released then.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I remember right before everybody shut down here that the premiere had happened and people were going. AMC Networks has reportedly finished post-production on The Walking Dead World Beyond, its third The Walking Dead TV series, and still intends to air it in the fourth quarter of this year. The zombie franchise shoots in Georgia, where officials are leading the charge to reopen and ease COVID-19 restrictions on movie theaters and other businesses. Let's see. Anything else that we should... There's a lot of good news. I got to read this Judi Dench thing. Everybody's talking about this Judi Dench thing. Judi Dench talks about her Cats costume. Maybe me and you should watch Cats.
I do. Yeah, we should do. That would.
I don't know
about
a watch along though. It's just, it makes me nervous. I feel like I'm going to have to pause that movie and keep coming back to it. Dame Judi Dench recently spoke with British Vogue about her career and life, and at one point the topic of conversation turned towards her role as old Deuteronomy in last year's Tom Hooper's directed Cats musical. Of course, we all know what happened with Cats, which was met with widespread ridicule, scathing reviews, and terrible box office, not to mention the still ongoing saga of the butthole cut, which began about the time the coronavirus pandemic began to seriously impact things. Dench, who visibly prickles at mention of the film, admits she hasn't seen the finished movie in its entirety, but isn't against the ridiculing, saying the costuming she had to wear on set was not comfortable. The cloak I was made to wear, like 5 foxes fucking on my back.
No!
She's the best.
A dame,
She's the best.
nonetheless.
No, nonetheless. Dench also wasn't that pleased with the final look of her character, saying she hoped she would look rather elegant. Instead, I'm a battered, mangy old cat. A great big orange buser. What's that about? She's taking a shot.
Donated $20.
Love it.
Let's talk Space Force. Not a Carell fan, but we'll be watching this.
Yeah, when does that come out? I love Steve Carell. When does that come out? I don't know when it comes out, but that would be interesting. Space Force. I mean, I know they've been working on it for a bit, but I haven't seen anything about it. Space Force. I do want to. I mean, look, Carell to me is he's a legend. I think he's awesome.
Oh.
And, you know, to see him starting a new series, The Office is one of the best comedies of all time. So, a lot of shit. There's a lot of Streamlabs questions coming in, so I want to make sure that I get to them. Justin Square, happy Wednesday. Let's get into this early. What are your thoughts on... we did the Jeff Snyder's backstage appearance. We talked about that. PLD, after backstage, I just want to know who hurt Jeff Snyder as a child. I feel like he needs a big hug and someone to just tell him it's not his fault. I got to watch this interview. Got to watch the full interview. I just started watching some where he's taking shots. I got to watch what the hell happened. Does everybody feel that way about backstage? I got to see it. Lawrence Lease put in a schmobot. Thank you. Hotel Nerd also. Lawrence Lease and Mr. Saturn. Will, Galaxy Quest is great and a funny movie. Yeah, it is a really funny movie. It's a good movie too. Lawrence Lease put in a schmobot. So did Dagan, Schmodown Israel, Douglas Johnson, Hotel Nerd, all put in schmobots. Kid Grabbing Biker Monday. Thanks for showing my video yesterday. I would have gotten away with it without those meddling adults. Yeah, that monkey video was crazy. Roxy tweeted this thing out. If you guys missed yesterday, Roxy tweeted this thing out about a monkey kidnapping a kid, and it was bizarre. It was really bizarre. Somebody told that monkey to do something. Must have been Dagnino. Sir Lord Attenborough, hey guys, just signed up for Twitch, and I started following the Schmodown on it. I'm excited for all the new content. Thank you for giving us so much good content during these times. Christian, thoughts on Ozark Season 3 review soon. So if you guys want to see a Season 3 review of Ozark, please, in the comment today, remember, I'm going to be putting up a review of Waco today. Go on over there, watch the review. Please leave your comments and likes and all that stuff too, because it's one of those things that the reviews they're not run by Streamlabs and Super Chats. I'm just putting them up for you guys. I want you to, I know that a lot of you guys had been missing the reviews, and I wanted to put that up, but you got to watch them. So go and watch them because that way.
Want them? You gotta watch them.
Well, yeah, it just makes me know like if I'm. I mean, look, I was a little bummed, to be honest. I put up the Clone Wars thing too. We're like, we want you to talk Star Wars again, and it's like put on like 10,000 views, and it's like It's good. But
Yeah.
it's like, if you guys want the reviews, I'm going to do the reviews, but I want to make sure you're going to watch them. So go there. I'm gonna put it up there and make sure that you let me know what it is that you want to see next. And the other thing is, can you guys let me know whether you watched it or not? Did you get the notification about the Clone Wars review? Because I also want to see if it could be a YouTube thing. It could be simply that you guys didn't want to see the Clone Wars review. So I want to see what people said. The review of Clone Wars is up now. The Waco will be up, and then I'm going to probably do Extraction on Friday.
Oh, that's right.
And then I'll look at the other suggestions that people are suggesting, and then I'll check it out. So okay, so they got the.
There you have it.
Yeah, I did a full thing. They were notified. So Rainier says no notification. Most people got it though.
Okay.
All right, so most people are going to watch the review afterwards. Cool. Thank you. Check it out. Check the
Eric
review.
donated $20.
Hello, Eric. How are you?
Just saw Snyder on Backstage. Wow, what a whirlwind lol. Love to hate him. Kinda knew it would go that way. How do we get you to do a watch along of the thing? I forgot. Also, we'll watch Waco after what you said.
So, well, thank you. So, as far as Snyder goes, yeah, I mean, you know when you put Snyder on a show, that's what you're going to get. I mean, so Smets just wrote me and said, I didn't get a notification about your Clone Wars review, but I sought it out, so maybe it didn't come through after.
A glitch.
I don't know.
Glitch in the system.
I don't know how YouTube works. Anyway, it is up, and I'm going to start putting a playlist up of all the reviews. Once I get to like 3 or 4 reviews, I'm going to put a playlist up, so that way you guys, if you did miss stuff, you can go back and watch it. But I had kind of had the review itch, so I want to go back and review some of them. Hotel Nerd with a Schmobot. What was the one that he just said about Snyder? Shit, he said he just watched the Snyder one.
It was a whirlwind.
He was a whirlwind, but he said something else at the end that I missed. I'll go back to it. Hotel Nerd put in a Schmobot. Sweaty Ben Rayner, thank you so much. Andrew G, what killed me about waiting is that I worked in a restaurant around that time, and all that shit they do is real. No, a lot of it was. I worked in a few restaurants for sure. Andrew DiMolanta, I'm excited, and I'm ready for the Star Wars tournament. Oh, that's what he asked. The other guy asked about Twitch. About what I would do. So I said if we got to 4,000 followers on Twitch, I would do a watch along.
Yeah.
So I'll probably wind up watching it anyway. But at 4,000 people, I'll do a watch along for sure. If you guys sign up to Twitch Day. Plus now you get all this material, and now I know exactly what DiMolante's podcast on the Schmodown is going to be about this week. Andrew DiMolanta says, I'm excited and I'm ready for the Star Wars tournament. Did the success of the exhibitions over StreamYard influence the decision to move forward with the IG and Star Wars tournaments? Also, will the Twitch matches be available on VOD, or will fans have to tune in live? So the way Twitch works is that you'll be able to watch. You just got to go up there. It's the same way, kind of like YouTube. You just got to go to the Schmodown channel. Like, for example, you can go and watch the murder mystery shows that Emma Fife has done.
Adrian Michael Soto donated $20. Good day, gentlemen. With states and the U.S. reopening for certain businesses, for me, I am going to wait a bit to return to those places. I definitely miss going to movie theaters. When will you be going back to those places? I got a Senator Attack Peter shirt.
Oh, that's awesome. So thank you. Well, let's start with that. So there's that bad boy right there. The Attack Peter shirt. Guys, you only have today, tomorrow, really 2 full days to get this shirt. It's just going to, once the 8th hits, it's over. But this shirt by Attack Peter, well, the shirt, mug, iPhone case, whatever you want to get.
Tote bag,
whatever it is, you can go and get it. The link is in the description of this video, but it's going to be gone. And I promise, at one point, you're going to say, shit, I should have gotten, because these 2 idiots right here on this wonderful poster by Attack Peter, this is going, once the world is normal again, and SEN, and we're here with all with the normal crew, and we're sitting here in RB3 here, Ben Goddard's here, and Cade, and Roxy, and Riley, and Roca, and Winston, and Jay, and everybody's back. We're going to remember this poster as the chaos with the 2 idiots ran the asylum. And you're going to miss out if you don't get one today. I'm telling you, get one, because there's only be 2 days left of this wonderful, wonderful design. As soon as I get the poster, I'm putting it right in the back there. It is an absolute trip. So, loving it. As far as when I'm going to go back to the theater, it's going to take me a while, man.
That's tough.
It's going to take me a while, because the other thing is that there's a lot of movies that are not going to, I mean, I'm hoping by November, October, November, probably November is when I feel confident enough to go back in, because like as much as I want to see the Sopranos movie, I could wait for it to come in on Blu-ray or whatever it is. Black Widow, I want to see on the big screen. Dune, I want to see on the big screen. So by that time, I hope it's good, but it's probably going to take me that long. I don't think I'm going to go see anything. That's why, as much as I want to see Mulan, I'm not going to the movies in June. No fucking way. No way. Not for me. Going back to Demolante's question, though, as far as did the success of the exhibitions over StreamYard influence the decision to move forward with the IG and Star Wars tournaments? Yes and no. Yes and no. I mean, it certainly helped that the exhibition matches that we've been putting out have been some of the most high stakes, even though they're supposed to be exhibitions. They've been just incredible. This Jurassic Park match that we're putting up today, that'll be exclusive for the $10 patrons, that goes up today.
Peanut Butter Annie has donated $20. Dude, that video about the monkey was wild.
It's crazy.
If I saw a monkey heading my way on a moped, I would be shitting my pants. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes for sure.
It's nuts. The thing that ran over. I want to know like who's training that monkey to do that.
Ew,
but watching these exhibitions and watching how high stakes and how they're. Now I say this, there weren't a lot of glitches. There'll probably be tons of them once we do it for real. But I was like, okay, we're also at a place now that we've had all of our studio matches that we have taped are coming to an end. The last two matches that'll air on this channel on Friday are Stacey Howard and Zipper, which will be on this Friday, which is already available to patrons, which is easily one of the matches, if not match of the year. And then the Pride, Ben Goddard and Rachel Silvestrini versus the Real Rejects. That's our last studio taped match that airs next Friday. So then I was like, okay, well, what do we do? Do we either call it a 1994 baseball season and say, that's it, we're not doing any more matches, that's season 7, it is what it is, we call it an end to it? Do we wait, just don't put any more matches up at all and wait until we can do this and whenever the hell that is, and then call it a short season? Or do we take a shot with this Inner Geekdom thing that we had originally thought that we were going to do, considering that they did go pretty well on exhibition? Let's take a shot. So we decided that's what we were going to do, and I made that announcement. And then I was talking with the team over at Skybound, and we were talking about what we can do on Twitch, because Courtney Luby, who's running the Twitch for us, we're coming up with certain ideas, and as we're going through
Manscaped
things,
My Tank donated $20. Hey Christian, did you and Brett ever do a worst movies of 2019? Can you think of any movies that you hated in 2019? Love to hear you talk about garbage movies.
I gotta go through my list and see which ones I really hated. But no, we didn't do a list of those two, but I have to go through a list and see which ones I really, really despised. 2019 was a tougher year for me overall in reviewing movies because of all the setup and all the things that were going on with trying to set up Schmodown and moving things over and doing things and starting up SEN. So it was, this year we'll probably do a best and worst list for sure. But going back to, again, Demolante's questions about, I'm going to turn this off for a second so I can I'm turning the Schmobot off for a second so I can just finish this train of thought. So the idea was to then set these matches up, and then we were doing the Twitch thing. We were talking about Twitch material. And I said, well, what if we just run an 8-person tournament on Twitch? And we just do it on Twitch. And because like I said to you guys earlier, I always had the idea of wanting to do the Monday Night Raw SmackDown model of YouTube has certain material over there and it's still part of the federation, and then Twitch would be our our Fox or whatever it is, and let's try it. So that's the idea of what I thought we would be able to do with it. So we're going to take a shot and we're going to do it. And if you want to watch the Star Wars matches, May 20th is when it'll begin. All right, Schmobot's back on.
There you go.
Big Beck with the Schmobot. Thank you. Shug9323. I forgot the Pest and the Office Party on my list yesterday. Is 48 Hours a comedy? It's an action comedy for sure. Some of Eddie's lines are great. In the Army Now, Son-in-Law, Biodome, and Encino Man.
Yeah.
We're not great comedies, but I'd laugh my ass off. I'd say they're great comedies. I remember watching Encino Man, and I definitely mentioned it on at least Schmoes Know whenever it was. There are certain times I remember laughing really, really hard. I didn't see this in the theater. I saw it on tape. But when I was watching Encino Man with an X, And there's a scene where they're at an amusement park together. Do you remember this? Do you remember the movie?
I know the movie. Yeah.
And there's like one of them, those like the mascots or whatever, the people in costumes, and they all run over and they shake its head and everything. And I don't know why, but it just got me. It made me laugh so hard when I saw that silly scene. Sir Lord Attenborough, we watched Best in Show last night. It's another great comedy.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
it is. Every character's comedy gold. John Michael Wiggins and Michael McKean are incredible. I love that movie. Free Willard kills as the announcer. I love this film. Don't forget about Parker Posey. Parker Posey is on fire in that movie. Tongue Punch Fart Box. What are your favorite parodies? I've seen classics like Airplane. I've never seen the classics like Airplane or Naked Gun. Well, get your ass over there to see that immediately. Here are some of my favorites. Scary Movie 1. I'll give you 1. 2. Kung Fu Hustle. Kung Pao, Enter the Fist, and Not Another Teen Movie. Sam Levine in Not Another Teen Movie. Those are good ones, but do yourself a favor. See Airplane and Naked Gun. Peter, my daughter still won't watch The Lion King because of the stampede scene. She's 17 now. Yeah, I get it. Hyper Dave, Instant Family is a really good underrated comedy. It is. Have you seen Instant Family?
I haven't seen. I want to do.
Watch that with Lonnie and maybe even Blake.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. It's a really good movie. I don't know if it's. I don't think it's rated R. I think it's good enough for him to watch. Hotel Nerd with the Schmobot, Tavishka Productions. In the spirit of forgotten gems, Airborne is a personal classic. My first introduction to Jack Black and Seth Green back in 1993. Well, Airborne, I mean, that's a Makuga classic. Also, my inspiration to rollerblading and Looks Like a Chode. That's right. That is a classic Makuga love. Sir Lord Attenborough, I don't think Disney will buy anything in the near future if they reportedly lost $1.4 billion in revenue due to COVID-19. Most of the losses are attributed to the parks being closed. More on this on Dark Horizon. Yeah, I read that in a little bit. But remember, they also have a lot more than that where that came from. They still have a lot of money. Tongue Punch Fart Box, do you have a favorite animated comedy? A few of mine are Fantastic Mr. Fox, Sausage Party, Shrek, the Lego Movie, Osmosis Jones, and A Bug's Life. I'm not sure if Team America World Police is considered animation, but that's up there too. I'd probably say South Park, bigger, longer, uncut. That's
Fantastic Mr. Fox is an animation.
That's
either,
kinda,
right? That's a claymation.
That's claymation.
Yeah,
that's kind of good too. But that's pretty good.
God. I mean, Robin Hood.
Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robin. Well, that's not a comedy though.
Oh yeah, there's funny moments.
You
in
think
there.
it's a comedy?
It's a dramedy.
It's a dramedy.
It's a dramedy.
Well,
But
the Green Flamingo, a.k.a. Gary Busey, says, the Green Flamingo says, I'm from the year 2087. My time machine got stuck in the worst year. To fix it, I needed a shovel and a Canadian moose knuckle truffle butter for the nuts to get a jiggle wiggle tickle. If you didn't giggle, then fart penis jizz.
Yep.
I mean, this guy is pretty much writing for Gary Busey. Scrub the Waffles. I've heard you mention classic animated shows like The Simpsons or Family Guy, but have you seen any of the newer ones, such as Rick and Morty or Big Mouth? Nick Kroll and John Mulaney in Big Mouth are comedy gold. I've heard great things about Big Mouth, and I've never watched Rick and Morty.
Oh, really?
No. People love it. I know.
We burned through that.
Yeah, people love it. People love that, and people love Big Mouth. I never got into it. It's not because I didn't try. I just never got into it. Peter Butteranis and Canelo Lopez put in Schmobots. ZCM Zombie Custard Maps says, have you guys seen City of Hope? Really good movie. It's with Vince Sapano, Joe Morton, Angela Bassett. Also, Christian, there's an extended cut of Rambo: Last Blood on Amazon Prime. What's the extended cut? Is because I watched the ending. Maybe I don't know if it's extended cut, but maybe I have to go watch it. What's different about it? I got to check it out. Tiffany's dad Schlong, thank you so much, putting in a Schmobot. So did Hotel Nerd. And Chanel Lopez. I could see Hayden Christensen in a flashback scene in the Obi-Wan series. Same like Bryan Cranston as Walter White in El Camino. Well, the only problem with putting Hayden Christensen in the flashback scene, if you have him as like good Anakin, is that he's going to be significantly older. Mm-hmm. He'll be like, almost 15, 16 years older than what he was when he shot that. Now, they could de-age him a little bit if they wanted to. But I also think that it actually plays into it more if he was behind the mask inside of Vader and you saw certain things like him without the mask and him talking and you age him up. You did some stuff to him. So it could be interesting. Hotel Nerd put in the Schmobot. Thank you. Doc Dredd 82 personally felt Hayden as Anakin would make much more sense in an Ahsoka series. How? They could play it like a flashback and maybe mirror the events in the show. Not a huge fan of Vader and Obi-Wan. Feel him leaving goes against what George meant for the character. See, I would disagree with that because I think that if Filoni's involved with this thing. Filoni's not going to go against what George said. And Filoni is involved in the Vader side of things. And Filoni was passing off the knowledge in general, too. And I believe, from what I heard, is George did want to do certain things with Obi-Wan and Vader in this. So I don't agree with that. But as far as the flashbacks go, same problem I have. If Ahsoka starts flashing back with Anakin, unless they de-aged him, it's gonna look weird. It's gonna look older. But they could do that. It's not too off the course. I think, and I've always said, and even when the original script had him in it, I think that Vader fits into an Obi-Wan series, and I think people are going to sing a different tune once it happens. Right now, the people who are just like, it doesn't work, it doesn't make sense, I think they can make it. They can have it make sense. They have enough creative and talented people that it'll make sense. Crazy Road Lizard. Did you guys see the article that said Galaxy's Edge was supposed to be based on the original trilogy, but Kathleen Kennedy killed it because she didn't want it to appeal to 50-something-year-olds? This makes no sense to me. I'm in my 20s and I love the originals. Yeah. I didn't see the report, but I got to tell you that I'm not. I don't necessarily disagree with her on that one. I think that it shouldn't just be on the OT. There are people who like all of it. Plus, setting up and expanding the universe out a little bit more and expanding the galaxy out more is it's a good thing. I think that sometimes we just want to take shots at Kathleen Kennedy to take shots at her. This particular one, I don't think it's a bad call to say that it. I don't know if it's just. I don't think it's just going to appeal to 50-year-olds. That I'll push back on. I think that'll appeal to. It would appeal to a lot of people who, like you said, you're in your 20s and you love the originals. But I think you expand the galaxy overall if you do more than just the original trilogy. So I think that was a smart move. Doc Dredd 2. Obi-Wan and Vader could work if executed perfectly, but I think the focus should be on Obi-Wan becoming Old Ben. I don't disagree with that either. Almost like a reverse Unforgiven in Star Wars, but who knows? Still wish Georgie Boy would get some say in the story like he did with Clone Wars. Now remember, if George Lucas and if Filoni is involved in any of these shows, you better bet your ass that George Lucas has a say in some of this stuff, not meaning that he's like, do this, do that. More so of Filoni saying, hey, George, I was just watched a great interview, by the way, with our friend Ash Crossan, who did a 20-minute interview with Filoni. And she asked him if he had talked to Lucas. And he's like, I haven't talked to him a little bit, but we'll talk again. We talk all the time. If you have George Lucas at he's like your bat signal.
Yeah.
If you're doing Mandalorian Season 2, or if you... Because, again, I don't know. It's kind of the waters are muddy as far as what I know. Filoni wasn't originally involved in Obi-Wan, and now he is. I don't know. But if you are on Obi-Wan and you're part of it, and you're Filoni, wouldn't you call George Lucas and say, "Hey, George, listen, these are the ideas of what I was thinking about doing. What do you think?"
Yeah, what do you think, George?
What do you think, George? And then you get his take on it. Mark Jason Ali put in a Schmobot. So did Hotel Nerd. See if there's anything else coming in there from you guys.
Coming in.
Better Call Maul. Mandalorian Customs says that one could only obtain the Darksaber by defeating the previous owner in combat. Since we just saw Ahsoka defeat Maul, she may have been the rightful owner since Clone Wars. Will this be addressed in Mandalorian Season 2? It's a good call.
I can 100% say yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know because I also don't know if I don't know if because it looked like Bo-Katan had a hold on it. I don't know. Somehow, the Mandalorian culture, because of the connection that Bo-Katan has with Ahsoka, I think if you're going to bring Ahsoka into Season 2, that's how it's going to happen. To know in that same interview with Ash Crossan, so nobody's surprised, Filoni was a little coy on when talking about Ahsoka, and she didn't really press him on it at all. She said, "I know you're not going to tell me anything, so I'm not really going to ask you about it, but." Would you be? I thought the way she asked him was smooth. She said, "Would you like to see Ahsoka in live action?" And which it's going to happen. Eric put in a Schmobot who said, "I just saw Snyder on Backstage. What a whirlwind! I'd love to hate him. Kind of knew it would go that way. How do we get you to do a watch along of the thing? I forgot. Yeah, that's 4,000 on as you just follow Twitch, man.
Yeah,
and also we'll watch Waco after what you said. Yeah, you should. And my full review of the Waco comes out today, and it's not spoiler heavy, so you can check it out. Dagan, Christian, have you seen The Invisible Man from this year? Would love to see that as part of the review series. So I have seen it. I've talked about it a lot on this show. But if you guys want me to do a separate review on it, and that seems to be one of the higher ones that you guys want to see, I will absolutely review that. I have seen it. I've talked about it on this show quite often. Sorry, the Schmobot is back on.
Hey.
Adrian Michael Sato, Peter Butter Anus, and Manscaped My Taint. Well, that's very nice. All had Schmobots. And let's see if there's any super chats in here. Yes. So there are some more. Sorry. This is from Hero 25. Says totally off topic. This is from Super Chat. But I've been watching an old show from when I was a young called Sliders. Oh yeah, and thought you might like it. I've watched Sliders. Trust me. So do you remember Sliders?
No.
Sliders is with the what the hell's his name? What was Jerry? Shit. What the hell's his name? The kid from not Jerry Orbach. The kid from Stand By Me.
Will Wheaton?
No.
Oh, Jerry. Yeah.
What the hell's his
Jerry
name?
Seinfeld.
No, Jerry O'Connell.
Jerry O'Connell. So
Jerry O'Connell was in this show, and it was.
Oh, it's like
they create this I forget how they this machine that you can go through alternate parallel universes, and I think that they jumped through one portal where the Germans won the war, and and I think that show is screaming for a reboot. It is screaming for a reboot. I would love to see that show. I've always talked about that show and thought that show would be great. It fell apart towards the last couple of seasons, but it was really, really interesting. I loved that show, and hope that they do reboot it. I think it could be a little. I think it'd be a lot better with the new effects and with a streaming service. I think a streaming service picking that up. I would love to see Sliders get a reboot. I think it'd be great, or maybe I don't know, maybe even a continuation or something. I don't. Who knows? Okay, heading back over to Super Chat here. We got some. Joshua Riddle said Hot Shots 1 and 2. Great ones. Andrew G. Hayden returning as Anakin. Anyone hear this? I mean, it's definitely talked about that rumor for a while. John Campbell. I'd love to see Hayden Christensen return as a Force Ghost in a live-action Ahsoka series starring Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka. Well, that's something we didn't talk about. That's something that's a good call.
Yeah.
That if they announced an Ahsoka series, that Hayden Christensen maybe that's as a Force Ghost is working with Ahsoka. What's the next couple of ventures? But the only thing with Ahsoka is how did what happened to Ahsoka after? Because she's nowhere near the new trilogy. She's not. We knew that she survived the original trilogy, but she's nowhere near the new one. So I don't know.
I know, but I'm not going to tell anyone. So.
Yeah. Oh, you do know?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right.
My sources wouldn't allow me.
Yeah, that's right. Joshua Riddle, you said an impression, right? Can Arnold interview the Flouse about his upcoming world tour, Tour de Flouse? Well, and I didn't put that it's in there, but we usually do the impressions on the Schmobots for the 20 and up. But for this one, why not? Hey, listen, when's your world tour?
It's going to be in 2025 when everything is back to normal again.
2025? What are we going to do until then? You come over to my house and juggle some tomatoes?
We're going to be at home alone, staying home alone
Home
until
Alone?
2025.
Do you like when he slaps his face and goes,
yes.
Home Alone is very
it's so
good.
great. He's Macaulay Culkin is incredible.
Yeah, do you ever do a tour with him?
Yes, I did a couple tours with him.
Nice.
But then he kind of got a little freaky. So I
like
said,
what? Did you do dances or what happened?
Yeah, I think he was, he had a thing for the Flouse and I did not like.
Right.
Yeah, he's okay guy friend, but I did not.
Wanted to go a little further than
Yeah,
that.
he wanted to close the deal.
Okay.
I like
to sign the papers.
Yes, of course, yes.
Sign the papers.
Sign in the papers.
Sign in the papers. Something happened there for them?
Something a little clicky.
Hero 25, Spies Like Us with Chevy Chase.
Like
I haven't
Us.
watched that in forever.
Doctor,
John Campbell,
Doctor.
shout out to yesterday's topic, my favorite comedy of all time, Strange Brew, starring Rick Moranis and Dave Thomas as Bob and Doug McKenzie. Those are good ones too.
I haven't thought about that in years.
Andrew G. Sabine got the Darksaber on Dathomir. She gives it to Bo-Katan. Then Moff Gideon has it in Mando. I assume we'll see a flashback of him getting it in season 2.
That's right.
I like that. I'd like to see them together, like I think that's how you tie in Bo-Katan into all this with Moff Gideon. Anyway, got to a lot of you guys today. I'm excited about that. Excited. I think we're gonna do best franchises tomorrow. How do you feel about that? I'm excited about it.
What do you guys think?
I think it's good. I think it's really good. And then again, remember, so Christian, Ahsoka is one of the voices that Rey hears at the end of Rise of Skywalker, implying she's deceased by the end of the trilogy. Yeah, that would make sense. I remember that when that happens. But And maybe she's just old age at that point. Who knows? Rick and Morty seems perfect for Christian. It's based off of Doc and Marty. Rick belches all the time, and there's a character named Mr. Poopy Butthole.
It's right up your alley.
That's what I heard.
It's
pretty funny.
But I mean, you'll start it, and then that's all you're gonna want to watch.
Really? What's it on?
I think we did it on Hulu.
It's on Hulu.
Yeah.
How many seasons? Are there like 20 seasons or something?
I don't think we've seen all the seasons. That's the thing. I think we could only get to a certain point, and then now I think there's another season or so. But it's a lot. I don't know how many seasons, but it's quite a few.
Watch this. All right, everybody, you need to get to 600. We're at 598. We're at 598. Need to get to 600. Click that like button. Need to get to 599. We need to get to 600. Can we get to 600? Let's get to 600. Everybody, come on. Can you get to 600? All you got to do is click like. Just click the like button, and we'll get to 600 here. We're almost at the end of the show, and all you got to do is up. Good job.
What?
You did it. It's over.
We did it.
Just like that. All right, look. This was the show. I was happy about the show.
This was the show. It
was a lot of fun, this show. And I was happy about the show. And one more time to let everybody know again, do not miss out on this design.
Get it.
It's going to be gone soon. I promise you. You're gonna kick yourselves in the ass. This is the one. This is one that you're going to want. This is the design by Attack Peter. It is up. It is on the store right now. The link is in the description. Get it today before it's gone, because it's going to be gone very, very soon. You got about 2 more days left before you can get this thing. And I cannot wait to get mine. I am going to be wearing it often. So, anyway, thank you guys so very much for joining us here. Oh, listen, Andrew G. Ahsoka would be in her late 50s, 60s by the time of Mandalorian. That's what the guy said. Hold on. Let me reread that, because I don't want the guy to miss out. Hold on, everybody. I want to read that, guys.
There it is.
Ahsoka would be in her late 50s, 60s by the time of Mandalorian. By the sequel, she'd be like 90. She's dead. All right, fair enough. All right, guys, thank you so much joining us here today on SEN. I'd like to thank Brett Sheridan. Please follow him over at Mr. Wiggly on all platforms. Once again, join Twitch. You want to get that Star Wars tournament May 20th, and we have some other material going up next week, some other cool, exciting things. So thank you. Thank you, one. Thank you all. We'll see you tomorrow. We're going to do greatest franchises. Join us. Hey, you want to start chiming in now? Go to streamlabs.com/Shashek.